What the hell did I just click into? Hi, Edith. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm setting stuff up. Also, why is this the game? I forgot to change it. Is it just chatting? I don't know if it's gonna be just chatting. But we're gonna be building shit. Let me see. Where's my camera at? Where the hell? What the helly? Okay. Where's my... Oh my god, Xeon. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you've been well. Damn, bro, it's been a while since I saw you. Oh, just ran their only friends alive. Bro, they're not... Well, I hate to break it to you, but they're pretty dead. It's okay. How you doing? Oh my god, it's been a while. Been busy? Working hard. Hell yeah. You have kids? Oh shit. Sorry. Ask me, you have kids now or something? Working hard, studying and working. Bro, I wish people would hire me too. God damn it. It's so I don't know. I'm trying to get work too as a student, but I don't know. It's a little bit difficult. But I'm glad it's going well for you. I hope. Hold on. I'm setting up the camera. We're gonna do like a very simple build stream because I just wanted to chill today. I also might just like, I don't know, maybe watch some videos that I have in my arsenal that I've been wanting to watch. As much as I want to watch, you know, I would stream The Walking Dead if it allowed me so that you guys can watch with me. Yeah, I have like a build kit that I bought in Taiwan. They're not Gunpla or something like that. They're not Gundam. They're like small build kits. So I have a lot. Hi, buddy. Also, thank you for the daily, Karen. Double degree? Holy shit. I think I'm a little bit, well, I'm a little bit busy too. Wait, nobody got the first. Congrats, Kaylin. I'm a little bit busy too. Because hold on, my phone camera is acting up. Um, I have majors now in my study, so that's why. I'll be able. Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me about that. Shut your fucking mouth. Alright, I'm actually gonna look for videos that we can watch or something while things are going. Ugh. In June, hell yeah. I don't know when or I don't know where. But I'm hoping to join the international field trip too. If it's in Australia again, I'd be so sad. How's Bree doing? Um, well, I'm just doing things, normal things. I've been quite busy. Uh, I guess I've been focusing more in class, and then I've been trying new things out quite a lot with my friends. So I don't know, there's a lot of things that I am like opening myself up to. I wanted to, I guess, start baking cookies and sell them uh, at uni. So I'm just preparing for that. I'm still learning that. So that's one. Been quite busy. Um, and meeting my friends a lot, I guess, is another thing. Not just for group, projects and stuff, but like meeting, like leisurely. I got a KFC ad from me. They better be paying me shit. Hold on, let me see. I need to show the hand cam. Is this gonna work? Oh shit, bro, it did. Hold on. Why is it like that? Uh, why is it? Why does it look like that? Why is it not? Hold on. Let me transform it. Uh, rotate. Oh shit. um, sorry, I don't have the aesthetic desk, so it's not as pretty. Sorry about that. Can we like? Oh, there you go. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh my god, it's so weird seeing it all like this. I went to Marquee in Singapore, which is like a 3 stories of stories club. It it got a slide and a Ferris wheel indoors. What? How can it fit? That's a weird question to ask, but like, yeah, like how big is it? I guess that's the one thing that I can't. Mm, I mean, I'm open to it, but I don't think I can enjoy it as much. You know what I mean? Like going to loud activities, I'm not very fond of. I'd rather we go on picnics, we go on, like I can't go to the bar, but I would try. But like I'll be so overstimulated that I will probably not enjoy it as much. 1 a.m. and left 3 a.m. Ugh. I still can't wrap my hand around like an indoor Ferris wheel. Like I would understand a roller coaster, but Ferris wheel, I don't know about that one. Free drinks. Wait, how much is 60 SGD in USD? It's like 40, I'd say, like 40, 45. Is that how much it is supposedly to, I don't know. Is that how it is? Isn't that a little, well, I guess with the premise of it being like 4 stories, kind of understandable. And then, of course, they have Ferris wheel. Yeah, I don't understand, Like, it's legitimately insane to me. Like, what do you mean you have, like, wait, I'm gonna look it up. So let's see. Let's see how insane this looks. Uh, fair indoor, indoor Ferris wheel. Uh, in Singapore. Oh shit, there it is. And club, they got they're also. Did you have fun though? Did you enjoy it though? important question. Hold on. I don't know if I'm supposed to show you uh like cave diving accidents while I'm building all this. I don't know. I don't think that's a little too fun. You know what? Might as well just play music and then we'll build. And maybe we can call it arts and crafts. Arts and crafts is crazy. I haven't done that in so long. Um, I saw the dancers and my brain activated. It was fine. My ears hurt. Is it like the GTA? Is that how it was when you get into like the strip club? Yeah, I bet. Like I would like we had like parties in university. It's definitely not close to what a club is, but they still feel pretty, a little too much for my liking, or a little bit too party-ish. No, I don't know. I don't know what you call it, but I feel like it's still a little overwhelming sometimes being there. So I could not imagine that huge of a club. I don't know what is better. Looks lopsided like this. You're wearing less than does GTA. Fluffy stuff instead of glittery. They have like pasties and all that. Pasties. The one that they put on their titties. Their makeup is perfect though. Yeah. I think nowadays like everyone does their makeup so well. It's insane. I need to get into it. What the fuck is this doing here? I'm sorry about that. I don't know where to start. I had like a ton. A Mexican magician told me he would disappear on the count of three. He said uno, dos, tres, and then he disappeared. Oh my god, I hate it. Like my mind immediately went to like uno, dos, tres. Hi, Nutstack. What a name. What an intro. What a first time chat. Hello, how are you doing? Closer to skinny bikini. Oh. Wait, what? Skinny bikinis. Skinny bikinis is crazy. Yeah, welcome in, Nutstack. We're doing some, I don't know, building stream today. The chest area was fluffed up, but the bottom area, oh my goodness, when they, I guess. So, yeah, they definitely have less than in GTA. That would be, yeah, I'll be shocked too. Like, what the fuck is that? What? You're like, what is going on? Yeah. They have a brother by the name of. Oh my god. I said hi in the kitchen, but no one replied. But the microwave. You know what's funny? We actually have a Discord voice chat called Kitchen. So immediately that's where my mind went to. Like, wait, what? What? Let's see. Like a feel good. I was planning to do Duolingo on stream. I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe do some Spanish or Mandarin. either way works, you know. I don't know what to do. Possibly Bulbasaur, or actually, I do have Kirby as well. I have Fuecoco and Pikachu, but I did say I'll wait for Chim to arrive before I do this. Pink nails. Oh yeah, it's very shoosh. And a little blue cardigan, my favorite. It's like what I use for like whatever any event in my life. I have this my what's it called? What do they call this? I don't know. Comfort cardigan. And mother. Oh yeah, I do have your and Freeren, and I have this like what's this called? Like a cute little uh figure for drawing. I just ended up putting like a fake flower on it. Like it's holding it. You love pastel colors, huh? Kind of. For designs, I do love pastel colors a little bit. I don't know. It's just right on the eye. I do love. Um, I don't know what what specific design that's supposed to be called, but you know those houses with like some certain like weird um a weird furniture that pops up in color. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. Is it Bauhaus or something? That I like too. But right now, I guess with the state of my room, because it's small, I can only put too much. I can only put a little too much on it. So maybe I go for pastel. I even got like a walla, which are pastel colors. A tumbler in pastel. Hi, Grandpa. Thank you for the daily. I'm still trying to figure out which to do first. So we're kind of stuck there. Maybe because I got Eevee first. My brother got me this. God knows when I could start with Eevee. And then I have here my like for house. You know, yeah. I did say like I don't know. If I do get like a bigger space, I'll probably do like a full revamp of my room. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping that I guess one thing I hope like a bigger space because then I can do some hobbies like the pottery that I wanted to do. I can have something done here, even though it's like air dried clay. I have so much arts and crafts shit that I like doing. I have journal. I every time I feel like I develop a specific hobby, like right now, I love collecting stickers. Hold on. I even have like a journal bag, a journaling bag, which is crazy to think about, right? Like I have this as my oh fuck, my journaling bag. And it's just for like journal stuff. I get like so many hobbies and it's like I want them to be done because if I don't get it done, I will feel uneasy and I feel like I'm not doing something right. But it'll bother me. Yeah, I think the only if there's one thing that a hobby that I can definitely say that I can maintain is traveling, which in itself there are hobbies that I want to fulfill when I go out as well. And that too. It costs a lot. Like traveling costs a lot. And when I do travel, I want to do things like, for example, when um my friends are saying like we should go visit Vietnam, and when we go visit Vietnam, I do want to try like surfboarding lesson. Not necessarily like actually surfboarding. I just want to take a lesson of surfboarding, but that shit costs a lot. And going there is gonna cost too. All that shit. Like, I don't know. At least I wanna. I guess because when I was younger, I say younger as like a couple of years back. Like back home, I don't really go out much. So now I feel like, you know what? Maybe I should do something that I will learn something new. Because I'm always just at home. So now I guess I have that passion. What, I don't know if passion is the word, but I have that I have that feeling in me that I have to do things because I've missed so much because I've been kept inside the house by my own decision. By the way, it's not like my mom is telling me like, don't do that, don't do this. I'm trying not to play a game because I keep spending it on it. Marvel Rivals. I did see you sometimes playing Rivals. Vertical mountain scaling. Eh, that's one thing. I guess. What does that mean? Is it like hiking, or I want to try things. I even want to try golf. Like actually learn, because before it was just like indoor golf. But I actually want to learn in the field. I know that costs, but if I could, you want to try bald? No, Grandpa, I don't want to. Well, I guess so. I did say that at some point I did want to be bald. Like you put on a clip, pull yourself up, attach yourself higher, and remove it. Oh, oh, okay. I don't know about that one. If I don't know, not the I guess not the dangerous ones. I say dangerous because I'm clumsy and I might just fall. I might. Fry's trying to get you to join them, Grandpa. I've been like, if the heat gets worse, you might talk me into it. What is it? What song is it? Where the hell is my Where's my scissors? Drip. Oh, I do know that. I heard my friends play that song. It's nice. All right, then bungee jumping. Yeah, I had that thought in mind. Bungee jumping. Have you tried it? I am afraid of heights, so I'll probably like throw a bit of a tantrum when we get up there, but I'll still do it because of my ego. There ain't so fucking bad here for some reason. A bar that's outside. Oh shit. So it gets messy, huh? But what happens when it's raining? Do people still come? Ego maxing on God. Yeah, bro. Like, wait, let me play that. Drip. Like, I'm still gonna do it, but I'll be troubling a lot of people. No, people don't when it rains. But that's I don't know. That's a slippery slope. Like, is the whole place like open area? There's no roofing or whatever. People left. It stopped. People came, then started, and people left. Repeated the whole day. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, isn't that such a hassle? Feel like, yeah, I feel like I don't know. Like, can be it's a funny situation. But at the same time, it can be a little annoying. Generally, it's open. Yeah, exactly. So when it rains, that means no business. You know? Like, what happens now? Especially, I guess, geographically wise, in Southeast Asia, it's mostly like tropical countries, like only rain, only sun, only rain, only monsoon season and summer, and then that's it. We don't have winter, we don't have spring, we don't have all that shit. As long, yeah, well, as long as they pay, that's true. I'm just worried for their business, but considering maybe they've been managing pretty well, but still, it's like funny, you know. It's called Drip by Baby Monster. Baby got drip. Let me just remove these things so we can get started. Um, what's this? Oh shit. It's an old place. Yeah. So they definitely have kept it that long. Okay. Oh, you're telling me I'm supposed to start with a face? Fuck. Okay. We're supposed to start with the face, and I started with like the body. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. Open for more than 19? Oh, they're 30. Uh, wait, let me see my math. 2026. 1996? This is possibly the tail. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Um, what's this? Woo! Wait, what? Bum, 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 bum. What's this? Man, I miss New Jeans. I like their songs a lot. Sad. So sad. What does that meme mean, by the way? Is it like time's running out or something like that? I never understood it. People commented a lot on like TikToks. Are they considered old jeans now? Yeah. They are, Grandpa. They are old jeans now. So I'm just gonna put that like was supposedly right here. So that it only a matter of time. Oh, I see, I see. Sorry, I had to like put the part like close to my eyes because I'm blind. Um. Interview, no. Grandpa, why? Are you spending a lot of money in Apex Legends or are you becoming toxic? Oh, I was putting it wrong. Bro, I'm so sad about Tenzin Kaide. But people are going ham on the relationship that they were not even a part of, which is insane to me. Which is probably why if I do get in a relationship, I probably won't make it as public. Like, oh yeah, I'm dating this guy, dating this girl, whoever. But I'd never say it. Not like I'm like their level of famous. But like people speculate a lot, so I'd rather not for their peace and my peace. There's peace. It was so sad though. I do like Tens a lot too. He looked like an absolute good guy. Where is the other face? Where's the other face? Huh? Oh, here. Okay. Mm. By the way, I have not played Valorant in so long. Is it still? Does anybody here though still play Valorant? I've not heard about Valorant in like years. It's mostly just like memes making fun of it, but not necessarily them playing it. Definitely have retired it. I can't sell my account though. What are you studying again? What language are you studying again? Deleted. I yeah. Unfortunately, I can't sell my account. I do want to sell my account. But it's connected to my League of Legends account, so Unfortunate Chinese now. I see. Like what dialect? Mandarin? I thought like in Singapore, is it not like um is it not like using Mandarin or something? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a genuine question. Um blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. When I talk to people, Singaporeans speak mostly English. I see. And it's a good country to travel to. At least if you don't speak um Chinese, Malay. Oh, oh, okay, okay, okay. I see, I see. I thought Singaporeans were like part of the um Mandarin speaking Southeast Asian people. I think 2 years is crazy in Duolingo. Has it helped you though? Is it actually like helpful? Like, did you see like a difference? Weirdly enough, I got myself swearing in both Chinese and Malay in one sentence the other day. Hell yeah. The only ones that I kind of know for now, well, because of my friends, is Korean. It's one of the curses that I can definitely say, like, oh shit, oh yeah, shit, I know that. Okay. This is what we're working with. Wow. You see? SG things. Oh shit. This is the tail. I don't know what face you guys want us to have. Okay, we could have two, which is a happy bleh, eyes open, and then a happy eyes closed. It's like a PNG tuber. Also, I'm sorry, like I have very short arms, so I'm gonna move it a little bit so you guys see what I'm working on in this area. We are the lovesick girls. Lovesick girls. Where's my sticker? My sticker? Okay. So now I think I gotta do the sticker. The heck? So is this supposed to be the sticker? Okay. Alright. So this is where the sticker is supposed to be. Are very weird. That's okay. Me too. I can't judge. I blurt out a lot of bullshit. Probably worse than what you do. Probably do a lot of like say a lot of bullshit. No, I'm just gonna rest my arms on the desk just cause whatever. Ooh, okay. Oh fuck. This is definitely apart from the building is the hardest. Making sure the sticker is aligned, which there we go. I did make a little mistake, but let's pretend it's not there. Okay, I'm gonna require you guys to pretend that it's not there. It's a requirement. Hold on, let's smoothen out some parts of this. Not even that bad. Oh shit. Oh, that's nice. Like this. Oh, cause it's movable. I actually would like this one. Maybe I would like this one better than the other. Oh. Yeah, Grandpa. I'm so tired, genuinely. Yeah, go ahead. No problem at all. And it's a chill stream, so you don't gotta worry. I'm not gonna scream yet, I'll tell you. Do you think you want anything you'd like me to send to you? Um, is there any Singaporean delicacy that you want me to try out? Oh, Japan? um, um, at the top of my head, it's probably a figure. I'm sorry, Grandpa, but yeah. Uh, no! Shut your mouth, Atlas. I thought you had a girlfriend. I'm telling. I guess Grandpa, you know those uh I'm not sure which prefecture you're gonna go to, but you know that each prefecture has a Kit Kat. So maybe wherever you're going, just like a Kit Kat would be fine. I don't want to ask for too much, but probably that. Something that I can't get. Something that I can't just get anywhere, you know? Kit Kats, you say? Yeah, Kit Kats. Just the little, because Japan has a ton of Kit Kats. So, if by the way, if you guys have not tried the cheesecake Kit Kat from Japan, oh my god, you have to oven it. By the way, which was pretty weird in paper, but it's actually really good. And the Don Quixote is there. Oh yeah, I think they do have Don Quixote. I think they have a lot of Don Quixotes. Maybe it's for her. Shut your fucking mouth. You don't even want to share her to me. Does she not want a half cooked Asian? Sapporo and Shibuya. Oh, Grandpa, please take a photo at Shibuya. Take a photo at Shibuya. Send it to me. Like the Shibuya crossing. I like seeing people cross that place. I might record myself crossing. Hell yeah. Yeah, record yourself. It is indeed an experience. They said. I know that there is also like a CCTV available in public that you can see yourself crossing Shibuya, which is insane. Yeah. Yeah, I saw some people do it. It's insane. It's fun. I'll probably do the same if I ever get there. But yeah, that's probably just what I want. Kit Kats, that's all. Since you're not going to Akihabara, was it? Yeah, Akihabara. Yeah, something like that. It's like a tongue twister for me. Yeah, if you're not going there, I'm just gonna let me know when you're going. I'm a PayPal you, Grandpa. Go insane with the Kit Kats. And also there was like what do you mean nah? What do you mean? We'll find a way. We'll find a way. I'll find a way. What is another thing? Maybe I'll think about it. Yeah, any food for me is a treat. Even the ones that I have not tried, I'd try it. I was hoping that I can get like those subscription boxes for like Japanese snacks. I don't know if they still exist. I remember watching YouTubers have that. It was insane to me. I thought before like fucking $50. What the fuck? They still do, right? But I don't know if it's still worth it. Maybe. I maybe I should. Depends on how much it is. Oh, we're done with the head. Yes. Look. Well, we still have to do the. We still have to do the. Oh my god, my hands, fucking baby hands. What's this for? It's still. Oh wait, I forgot the brand that I used to see. I think it was PewDiePie who. No, is it PewDiePie or Marcy? I'm not sure which. I guess one thing that I want to experience when I go to Japan is actually see PewDiePie. No, actually not PewDiePie. Marcia. 30 per month? Wait, wait. Bucks. Oh, thank you, Grandpa. Oh, shit. Yes. Subscribe 3 to 3612. Okay, so it's 52 in value. Okay, so it's 40 for 1 month, 30 for your summer. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Maybe not now. I'll save up for it for so I get like the 29.99. 29.99. That's good value. I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt. Mm. There's a cashback too. Ooh. Add gift wrapping? No. Well, maybe I could. I'm gonna give it to myself. I'm gifting it to myself. Wrap it. Put a note in it. It's like a gift to myself. Oh shit! Yeah, I do this. I do this possibly. Do they have um PayPal? No, they have credit card. Oh wait, they do have PayPal. What if I ask? I'm gonna probably ask my brother's credit card. Yeah. This is not bad considering I think when we went to Taiwan with the amount of snacks that I bought were a lot. So, I think this is not bad. I want to see how much is inside the box. And they also have like spin to win, like a percentage off of your first box. Ooh, experience. There's tea. There's treat, sweet and savory. Exclusives, rare snack gift with purchase. Oh, that's so cute. I do remember I got gifted like a random Japanese box before. That's that was nice too. Okay, we got the head done. Are you thinking about signing up to? But no, I don't think you should because you're going there. Might as well just buy. Evie. Yeah, this song is so cute. Not until they told me we should do the trend, and I'm the one being pulled. You know that trend on TikTok where they pull your hoodie or something. My friend was like, "We should do this trend. We should do this trend." And they started saying, "Oh, okay, wear a hoodie." No. Why me? The fuck? Mhm. Okay. It's on this side. Okay. We're opening it. We're opening it. I'm opening it. I feeling a little hungry. Also, did you know that I actually just realized I was dehydrated um like yesterday. I would always have like headaches. Wish I can eat ass. Grandpa? What? What do you mean? What else? I remove. I was thinking it was donkey. Wait, I didn't show you a photo I took in Taiwan when we went to Taiwan Zoo. There's an animal called ass. It was a funny name. Let's just say that you were talking about that. Yeah. What's this called? Was ass cute? They are. They're small as shit. They're so small. Hi, Dark Beast Boy. Hello. A2. Bro, I should have. A2. 20. Okay, 20 is like right here. Let's see. So now for C5. What is C5? Huh. C5, C5. What the hell is C5? Is it this? Yeah, it might be that. If it's wrong, then I'm fucked. Yes, Grandpa? Yeah, go ahead. No. Am I doing it right? I think so, yeah. Is it early to gift a gift to a lady? I guess it depends on what type of gift you're given. But for a second, me, I don't think so. Like, you can give them a bouquet of flowers, some chocolates if they want to. I don't think it's too early, but it just really depends. Don't give them a ring on the early stages. Bouquet blankets. Yeah, those ones you could. That you can give for sure. I don't think it would be a problem. It seems cute. Yeah, I think it'll be fine, Grandpa. It's not a problem at all to give a gift. It's the thought of what type of gift it is that could be the issue. But since that's the gift that you're gonna give, then it should be fine. Following her favorite color. Aww. Yeah, that'd be cute. I think that's extra points if it's her favorite color. But the thing is, I don't know if it's just me, but usually um we have like a favorite color that we say we like, but we don't wear it. Like I love well nowadays I wear it. I say I love blue, but my closet is just like black. Just rather like a bouquet too. Yeah, that's gonna be so cute. Yeah, that would be nice, Grandpa. I think anything useful. Anything useful is good. Holy shit. Hell yeah. It's this weekend, right? One that you told me? And then, so I have this. On the 28th. Oh, next week. Okay, okay. Yeah, you still have a lot of time to prep it up. Ah, I'm excited actually. I'm excited for what happens. Can I have my love? Touch, 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 touch. Cut my plans a little shorter. Why? Why is that? Oh, I see, I see, I see. Right, it's Monday. Man, But are you guys close to each other? Like travel wise? Poor thing, she has irregular working hours. So it's not sure whether her shift is like at a specific time today because it could change anytime. God damn. That seems a little a little stressful. Might move. Fuck. That definitely fucks up her body clock. Straight to my heart. Oh yeah. Running out of feels for yeah. Rest days too. Yeah. And making plans get one thing is like it will definitely affect how she makes plans for how she'll spend her weekend. I'm glad she made time for you. Ooh. I'm so excited. I don't know. Whenever my friends also tell me about like stuff that they're going out or they're meeting somebody, I get a little too excited. Like I'm the one going on a date. I've been third wheeling for quite a long time. I've been third wheeling for a long time now. Even from my brother, I am. It's still fun. I don't sister. That one is done. So now I just need this. Damn, I didn't know Eevee's gonna take this long. Imagine the actual Gundam parts. Insane to me. Okay, so I have these like two legs are done. Now I have this part. Okay. Excited, yeah. I'm excited actually. I'm so excited. It's as if I'm the one going. It's as if I'm the one going out. I don't know. Whenever my friends are like going, sometimes I don't mind if they decide to like, um, if they decide to have me around. Or sometimes another thing that my friends do is they use me as an excuse. Like they're gonna tell their parents that they're meeting me, but they be meeting somebody else. So I think one time there was something that had happened. My friend didn't tell me initially that she was going out with a guy. but use me as an excuse already. So when her parents called because she wasn't responding. I was like, what the fuck did she just get me into? Give a different level of quick replies. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. So she told them that we were together, and it was nighttime. And what we did was we did a conference call just so we would sound like we were together. But I was shaking because she didn't tell me beforehand, and I wasn't prepared with my excuses too. So told her next time please tell me beforehand because I don't know what to tell them. But it worked out. I don't know how it did, but it did. I don't know how it worked out the way that it did. Definitely have no idea how we finessed that, but we did. They often use me as an excuse to go out on their cute little dates. I'm honored. But at the same time, I told them, please let me know beforehand so I know what to tell them when. Because I could have easily told them I'm not with them. Parents are sus. Yeah. My mom wishes she has that problem. Well, she did before. Now I'm just over it. She thought, when I move, I'm gonna be, going out and dating. Bro, I'm too tired. There were instances where I thought it was gonna go somewhere until it didn't. And I'm like, whatever. I think the dating scene is definitely one of the things that are quite different back home. And here too is a little different. So maybe that's one thing that I should have considered. Where is this? Okay. But if you were to ask me, I'm not um I don't know, I'm not really uh what do you call this? In a rush. I know, right? When I was younger, I say that as if I'm like, bro, you're not 40. You're 40 by physical. But I feel like as I got a little bit older, it got a little bit more difficult. Because when I was younger, we were just fucking around. Oh, she's like annoying. I don't know. I got excited by that. You know, I am happy for you, Grandpa. And I think I don't know how much I told you, but I don't think I've told you enough that I really do hope that this one works out. Give me a grandma right now. Need one. I, I need one. Give me a grandma. Standing next to you. Oh, shit. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh shit! It's not. Oh shit. Mm, okay. So we have two heads. So now I'm just gonna. So much pressure. Give me a grandma, please. No, I'm just kidding. But whatever happens, I hope at the end of the day things are gonna be okay. What the hell? Why is it not? I like that. I like that it's like such a funny like in a household that the granddaughter is the one pressuring the grandpa to like get dating grandpa. Like damn. It's like a funny like on reunions, that'd be such a funny thing to like talk about. Like grandpa, start dating, damn. I don't really want to. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Whatever comes about it, you know. Am I doing this shit right? Yeah, I'm doing it right. Now what's going on? It is still fairly early. I think you're like testing the waters, but I really am actually hoping that this one works. I know it's very early, and there's still a lot of stages to conquer. Wow, conquer is crazy. Go to sleep, Zion. Don't you have like a lot of things to do? Huh? Standing next to you. Not in this holy month. Yeah. Not right now. Sure, not tomorrow, but yeah. Go get some rest if you have to. Okay. Now gotta figure out how to put this. Good night, Zion. Fuck. I don't know why it doesn't fit. Good night. Good night. Good night. What's this game? No game. Only build. Hi, Girk. Like, what the hell? What is it that I'm doing wrong? Gabriella, back up, Gabriella, la la. Jim is playing Valo. Ew. With a lady? God damn. I was gonna say, ew, Valorant, the fuck? You better share that with me. Oh shit. I don't know why it's not. What's it called? I don't know why this is not working. There we go. Is it? Or am I supposed to put something? No. The fuck? This is weird. Is that really how it is? Like, is it just supposed to be like on top of it? That is so weird. What the hell? Okay. It's so weird because it's not like showing up properly. Mhm. There we go. It's not working as I wanted to, but maybe it's really for that. Hold on, let me just. Ah! This is frustrating as shit. Maybe I'll build Kirby. I don't know. Maybe I'll play one game of TFT. I kind of miss playing TFT. Not gonna lie. I do have a battle pass too. That or actual league. Shit. You know what? I probably should have gotten a glue for this because this is. I don't know. I don't like how this is just supposed to like rest over. See, like that's what it says right here, but it doesn't stand properly. Like they say it like this. Like 15, put the fucking head on top. And it should look like this. But that's not how it looks like. Now I get why they get frustrated building. I'm not even to a point of like other people's builds. But look at me. I'm already stressing out. Is there a part that I missed out on? I don't think so. Maybe it's really supposed to be just this. This is kind of. It's pissing me off a little bit. Mm. Fuck this. I'm gonna keep you there. Whatever. Okay, we're done with the Eevee. I'm gonna put the dots here. And then I'm gonna do Kirby. I really wanted to build a Kirby. Because I want to display him on my desk. As you can see, I have a lot of knickknacks on my desk. But it's you and I just so yeah. I might disappear. That's okay, Grandpa. No problem at all. Hi, Neutral. Good afternoon, buddy. Say love is blind. Oh, baby, you're so blind. Thank you for the daily. Hold on, let me pull up Curb. Good afternoon. Oh wait, I want to pull up a YouTube video of cave diving incidents where I know it's not, it's not very cash money in terms of playing it right now. You know, I see on the money circle, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I kind of figured out why YouTube is having troubles. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna make us watch. I say that. I'm gonna make us watch. Because you're watching it with me. Baby. Okay, Spotify, I'm gonna close you for now. And we're gonna watch some fun video. Wait. We're watching paranormal incidents. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, there's so much going on my screen. There you go.
Hikers have reported seeing a mysterious Grand Canyon Cave's White Lady. Since the 1920s, hikers have reported seeing a mysterious woman near the Grand Canyon Caves. The sightings happen most often near the cave entrances and limestone overhangs of the North Rim. The spirit is known by two names, the White Lady and the Wailing Woman. Marjorie Woodruff was a naturalist and explorer who spent years studying the Grand Canyon. Her nickname was Slim because of her tall, thin build. Woodruff was one of the first people to document encounters with the White Lady. She was hiking through the rocky recesses near the cave systems one afternoon. As she walked deeper into the canyon, she heard something following behind her. The sound was rhythmic, heavy footsteps echoing off the limestone walls. Woodruff stopped walking to listen more carefully. The footsteps stopped at the exact same moment she did. When she started walking again, the footsteps resumed immediately. Someone or something was matching her pace perfectly. Woodruff turned around multiple times, but never saw anyone on the trail behind her. Many witnesses have also seen the White Lady with their own eyes. She appears as a woman wearing a long white dress, decorated with blue flowers. Her dress looks old-fashioned, like clothing from the early 1900s. The blue flowers on her
Uh-huh.
dress are vivid and stand out against the white fabric. One explorer had a particularly strange encounter inside one of the caves. He was examining a shallow pool of water on the cave floor. As he looked down at the water, he saw a woman's face reflected in the surface. The reflection
What
showed
the
a pale woman with
hell?
dark hair wearing a white dress. The explorer spun around quickly to see who was standing behind him. But no one was there in the cave passage. He was completely alone in that section of the cave.
Oof.
The reflection had vanished from the water when he looked back down. As he started to leave, something caught his eye on a nearby ledge. A single fresh blue flower was lying on the dry rock surface. The ledge was deep inside the cave where sunlight never reaches. No plants could possibly grow in that dark, dry environment. The flower looked freshly picked, as if someone had just placed it there moments
I wish
before.
I put like
The explorer
actual
carefully examined the
photos.
cave but found no explanation for the mysterious flower. Sightings of the White Lady continue to this day at the Grand Canyon Caves. The identity of the woman in white and why she haunts the caves remains a mystery. Welsh Sump Phantom Hand Rescue. In the early 2000s, a cave diver explored a dangerous underwater passage in Wales. He was an experienced diver who had completed many cave dives before. The section he was entering was called a sump. A sump is a passage that is completely filled with water from floor to ceiling. This particular sump was only about 3 feet long and 2 feet deep.
Blue.
It seemed like a simple, quick dive to reach the next dry section. The diver took a deep breath and entered the cold water. He began swimming through the narrow underwater passage. Suddenly, his cave suit caught on a sharp rock jutting from the wall. He was stuck underwater and could not move forward or backward. The diver tried desperately to free himself from the
Oh
snag.
shit.
The
Oh
water in
my
the cave
god.
was absolutely freezing cold. Within moments, he began to feel the early stages of hypothermia setting in. His body temperature was dropping dangerously fast. Panic started to take over as he realized he was trapped alone. His team members were waiting on the other side of the sump.
The hell?
They had no way to reach him or even know he was in trouble. The freezing water was draining his strength with every passing second. He felt himself getting weaker and more disoriented from the cold. Then something impossible happened in the dark water. The diver felt a distinct physical hand press firmly down on his head. The hand was solid and real, not his imagination. A strong grip suddenly grabbed his diving suit from behind. The hand pulled him forcefully backward out of the water with incredible strength. He emerged from the sump gasping for air and shaking from cold. When he looked down at his cave suit, he saw something shocking. The fabric was ripped exactly where the invisible hand had grabbed him. The tear in
Ooh.
the suit showed the physical force that had pulled him free. He turned around to thank whoever had rescued him from drowning. But he was completely alone in that section of the cave. His team members were still on the other side of the sump where he had left them. No living person could have reached him in time to pull him out. The phantom hand had saved his life when hypothermia and panic would have killed him. The incident was verified by members of the
What?
British caving community who investigated his story.
Ghost
The
in the
hand on the head
cave.
became one of the most famous paranormal rescue stories in cave diving history, Cudjoe's Cave Ghost Encounter. During the mid-20th century, a young man visited Cudjoe's Cave on the Virginia and Tennessee border. He was exploring the historic cave system that had
Of
been used
course
during
it
the
had
Civil
to
War
be
era.
fucking
As the hours passed, he realized
Tennessee,
he had stayed
man.
in the cave much longer than planned. Darkness fell outside, and he found himself trapped inside until morning. The young man decided to save his flashlight batteries by sitting in complete darkness. He huddled against the cold cave wall to wait out the long night. The cave was silent, except for the occasional drip of water from the ceiling. Suddenly, he heard the distinct sound of footsteps, crunching on the gravel path. The footsteps were getting closer, and closer to where he sat. He quickly turned on his flashlight to see who was approaching. A tall man appeared in the beam of light walking toward him. The man looked to be in his 40s and wore a battered straw hat on his head. His clothes were ragged canvas
Oh, what the
that hung loosely on his
fuck?
thin
That's
frame.
so
The
cute.
stranger was limping badly as he walked down the cave passage. The young visitor noticed something shocking about the man's body.
Also, I
There
don't
was a
know why,
large,
but
jagged wound in his abdomen.
this
That
is the
looked
inside.
terrible. But the wound was not bleeding at all, and not even a single drop. The man
They didn't
continued
have to
walking
do all
closer
that, but they
despite his
did.
serious injury. Then the visitor noticed something even more disturbing.
Like
The man
onigiri,
had no shadow on the cave wall behind
apple
him. The
candy.
flashlight beam passed completely
Nuts.
through his body and hit
What
the
the
wall. The figure was not solid like a living person should be. The spirit stopped and looked directly at the frightened young man. He spoke in a quiet voice and said his name was Enos. Enos explained that he had been an escaped slave. During the Civil War era, He had hidden in Cudjoe's cave to avoid being captured and returned to slavery. But looters had discovered him in the cave and murdered him for whatever he carried. Enos pointed to a specific spot on the cave floor near where they stood. He said that was the exact location where he had been shot and killed. After pointing out the murder site, the spirit of Enos simply vanished into thin air. The young man was left alone again in the darkness of the cave. He kept his flashlight on for the rest of the night, too frightened to turn it off. The ghost of Enos became one of the most famous paranormal legends in the cave systems of Virginia and Tennessee. Mammoth Cave Phantom Choir. Since the 1840s, tour guides at Mammoth Cave have reported hearing mysterious music. The sounds come from a massive chamber called the Methodist Church. The Methodist Church chamber got its name because it was once used for real religious services. In the 1800s, people held prayer meetings and sang hymns in this enormous underground room. The ceiling of the chamber rises 80 feet above the floor. The acoustics in the space are perfect for voices and music to echo beautifully. But the religious services ended over a century ago. Today, the Methodist Church chamber is just an empty cave room on the tour route. However, tour guides continue to hear something impossible in that chamber. During routine inspections, they report hearing the sound of singing. One guide was walking through the cave alone doing his daily safety check. As he approached the Methodist Church chamber, he heard music echoing through the passages. It sounded like a full choir singing together in perfect harmony. The hymn was an old song from the 19th century. The guide recognized it as the type of religious music sung during the 1800 services. He assumed a group of tourists must be practicing or having a special event. The guide followed the sound to find out who was in the chamber. As he got closer, the singing grew louder and more beautiful. The voices filled the entire cave with their melody. When he entered the Methodist Church chamber, the music was at full volume. The hymn echoed magnificently off the 80-foot ceiling above. The guide looked around the massive room, expecting to see a large group of people, but the chamber was completely empty. There was not a single person standing anywhere in the room. The guide stood in shock as the invisible choir continued singing around him. He walked to the center of the chamber to listen more carefully. The moment he reached the middle of the floor, something strange happened. The music did not gradually fade away like normal sound. Instead, it simply cut out instantly, as if someone had stopped a recording. 1 second, the choir was singing at full volume. The next second, there was total silence. The guide searched every corner of the Methodist Church chamber. He found no speakers, no hidden tourists, and no explanation for what he heard. Many other guides have reported hearing the same phantom choir over the years. The spirits of the 19th century worshippers seem to continue their services in the darkness. The Phantom Choir of Mammoth Cave remains one of the most famous paranormal phenomena in American cave systems.
What? That's it? The fuck?
Split Rock Reservoir Cave Bear Attack. On the 20th of December 2015, Christopher Petronino took 3 Boy Scouts hiking in Split Rock Reservoir, New Jersey. He was 50 years old and an experienced scout leader. He wanted to show them a small talus cave he had visited many times before. Just 2 weeks earlier, he had been to the same cave without problems. The cave opening was barely 2 feet wide between massive boulders. Petronino approached and began squeezing through feet first. His waist caught on a protruding edge as he descended. What he didn't know was that a 300-pound black bear was hiding in the darkness. The bear had claimed the cave as winter shelter. Suddenly, something grabbed Petronino's foot with powerful force. He was yanked deeper into the cave by the bear. The bear began attacking, biting his legs and raking claws across his shoulders and head. In absolute darkness, Petronino couldn't see his attacker. Outside, the 3 scouts saw their leader pulled violently into the darkness. They heard terrible sounds and immediately called 911. Inside, Petronino found his rock hammer and swung it at the bear's head. 2 strikes connected, creating a brief pause in the assault. He pulled his sweatshirt over his head and curled into a fetal position against the wall. The scouts placed food near the entrance to lure the bear out and built a signal fire. After 80 minutes trapped in darkness, the bear finally left the cave. Petronino crawled toward the light with torn and bleeding wounds covering his body. A helicopter airlifted him to the hospital. He had extensive bite marks and lacerations on his head, shoulders, arms, and legs. His injuries were serious but survivable. So note Odyssey Cave tragedy. On the 23rd of April 2022, a 32-year-old Russian cave diver prepared to explore Cenote Cenote Odyssey in
Is that
Mexico.
really it?
Cenote Odyssey was a portal into
What the heck?
Sistema Oxbelha, one of Earth's longest underwater cave systems, stretching
Do they
270
yellow?
miles. The diver was highly experienced with full cave certification, stage cave certification, and DPV certification. He had trained extensively in these caves and dived Cenote Odyssey many times before. His mission was routine survey work, resurveying existing lines to improve mapping accuracy. He carried 4 aluminum 80 cubic foot
That
tanks
is the
filled with
easiest
32%
one so
nitrox
far.
and 2 additional stage tanks. He
'Cause
also had
Kirby's
a
just a
DPV
circle.
scooter that could pull him through passages at 150 to 200 feet per minute. At 10 a.m. Saturday morning, he descended into the cenote alone. The sunlight faded as he moved deeper into absolute darkness. Hours passed and afternoon became evening. Neighbors near the cenote noticed his vehicle and dive equipment still there with no diver surfaced. After 8, 9, 10 hours underwater, something was clearly wrong. Local cave divers were contacted and a search team was organized. At 2:57 a.m. Sunday morning, nearly 17 hours after he descended, the first search team entered the water. They found him 700 feet from the entrance, 7 minutes of scooter time away. He was face down in the water with his helmet and mask still on. Both of his primary side-mounted tanks were attached with valves fully
Now
open. Both tanks read completely empty. His first stage tank was clipped to the guideline, valve open, tank empty. His second stage tank was also clipped to the guideline with the valve closed. When the search team checked the pressure gauge, it read 170 bar, 2,465 psi. The tank was full with approximately 40 cubic feet of breathable gas, more than enough to reach the surface and survive. His DPV scooter was clipped to the line.
No,
and
not yet.
normally. Everything he needed to survive was within
Wait,
arm's
what
reach.
is that?
The recovery team brought his body to the surface
Cave?
at 1:30 p.m. Sunday, 27 and a
Let's
half.
see that. Man in cave by internet historian. Is this the one? Wait, we should watch that then. I want to see.
Sorry for the re-upload, fellas. The original got copy struck. RIP. But don't worry, we are working on new main channel videos. Here's a sample of the timelines. In the
Okay,
meanwhile,
let's see. Let's watch
Incognito
it.
mode, which has a new video about every 6 weeks, and story mode, which has a new video about every 4 weeks. Thank you for watching a second time.
Is he the meme guy? Like the uncomfortable old man?
In the state of Kentucky, there is a cave that every now and then demands a sacrifice.
What?
January 30th, 1925. A man
Uh-huh.
walks towards the cave with a kerosene lamp in his hand
Oh, I like how he does
hangs up his
the
jacket
arts and stuff.
and
I mean,
ducks into a
the video.
5-foot opening.
Yes, Kaylin.
The inside of the cave is small. He has to go on hands and knees, crawling through passages of sharp
I
stone.
still don't understand how
shaking
cave
dust.
divers are like cave
Then down a chute he
enthusiasts,
had
caving
cleared out
enthusiasts.
months earlier.
Just see a fucking
All of the daylight
small
is gone
hole and
from
they're like,
the
yep,
and
I want to
this
go there.
lantern is his only source of light. Ignoring the loose
Notice
limestone
sprinkles
rocks
and
perched
keeping it-
directly above him. He
Hell
is now
yeah.
100 feet in. And here he
You know what?
reaches
You know what else you
the
can do if you have
turnaround room.
teriyaki sauce?
Now, they call this the turnaround room because this is the juncture where even experienced cavers say, no thanks, and turn around. Because to
Exactly.
continue on,
Edamame?
you
Oh,
must
hell
go
yeah.
through this. The squeeze.
Japanese
A
breakfast.
gap in the stone of only 9 inches.
9
For
inches
instance,
is
here's a subway
crazy. Bro, what the
Going through,
fuck?
he
My
would look
subway is
exactly
bigger than
like
that.
this. His
Yep.
arms will need to be completely at their side, and he will need to exhale so that he can reduce the size of his torso. Gradually, bit by bit, he disappears into the hole. His clothes are caught on sharp gypsum crystals, hooking into him and threatening to hold him in place.
I am interested
Using
with
just
like
his feet, he pushes himself forward.
I guess the
He
look of
reaches
the
a wider
caves.
opening at the other side.
And also my
Then
mind
crawls
always
forward
asks
towards a
why, you know? Always boggles
Lit by
my
the
mind.
lamp is a drop.
These
about
are the things that
twice
I
his
watch and
height.
then like crime
There's
investigation
already a rope
ones.
here. He gently climbs down. His worn-out leather shoes touch the ground.
Exactly.
This is
Satan's
as far
absolute
as he can go.
ass
and it is time
And
for
they
work
think
to
like,
begin.
oh no, my life is too
What
good.
he is working
Let's
on is another opening.
let's go
At the
caving.
moment, it's too small
I
for
still
anyone
don't get
to fit
it.
through.
I guess
But
it's
he
the
will chip
thrill,
away
but
at it
I'd
until
never.
he can shove himself right through the other side. Because on the other side,
Yeah, exactly.
an
And the
otherworldly
fact that,
cave
you know,
structure
caves are
dripping
like
with
rock
pristine
formations,
white
so that
crystals.
shit is intact. That is tough.
Every day
You
for
can't like
months,
just
he has
wiggle
been
around it,
removing rocks from this
expect it to
crevice.
like make some room
To
for you.
him,
It's not. It's not gonna
This
move.
is all just routine. So he shimmies further into the gap, his body contorting to the shape of the crevice as he wriggles his way in. The walls becoming so tight that he can no longer use his arms.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Then, about halfway, he stops.
Oh
The
no.
lantern. It's
Usually
starting to
one of
dim.
the causes of that are
He will need to
hypothermia.
go all the
Apart
way
from
back to the
injuries.
surface to refuel the thing. He sighs.
Hypothermia.
He slowly shuffles
They're not
back out,
prepared.
pushing the lantern with his shoulder. Then,
Apart
oh
from
no.
getting stuck. That's the
Dim,
usual.
crack, darkness. He has knocked over the lamp, and it has broken. The man breathed deeply and relaxed. He had been in worse situations before, and he was confident he could navigate his way to the surface through feel alone.
Like
He searches around with his feet to find something he can push against. Ah, there's something, he thinks. But what he doesn't know is that he's pressing against a loose rock on the
Oh,
ceiling.
that's another thing.
As soon as
I
he puts his
recently
weight
watched
against
something
it,
that-
it comes free. A solid piece weighing 15 kilograms lands directly on his ankle. It aches,
Oh shit, what the
but
fuck?
he's okay. It doesn't feel as though his ankle is broken, just badly bruised and caught underneath the rock. So he shuffles to move the rock
15
away.
kilos of
Suddenly,
rock.
Gravel. A lot of gravel.
Oh
It
fuck.
falls onto his feet, his legs, his torso, and the weight of it all forced the rock harder down onto his foot and
Yeah, the
locks it
friction
in
of that.
place.
Ugh.
Every time he tries to move, more rubble falls,
Yup.
holding him tighter. He is stuck. This is Sand Cave. This man is Floyd Collins. He is trapped in absolute darkness, 60 feet deep below the earth, all of his limbs held in place at the
Oh my
very
God.
bottom of this.
That is horrible. Chat, please don't go caving. Please don't do that. I hope you don't. If you are
But before I
caving,
tell you what
make
happens
sure
next,
it has enough room, you know?
ad time. Speaking of people trapped in a cave, World of Tanks. World of Tanks is not only the
What
best
the
game I
fuck?
have ever played, it is the only game I have ever played. It's like cars, but tanks. Picture this. You're a hot new T-34-85M, and you've just joined the battle because some
I hate it,
Cromwell
and because of that, I'm
tank
watching
bagged
the
your
ad.
entire family. It's time for revenge. You must use strategy. You must use stealth. You must use your wits to defeat your enemies. Use long range or short range. It's available on console, but I want you to get it on PC. Imagine a world war, but there are tanks involved this time. Yeah, now you're getting it. When you've seen as many messed up tanks as I have, you get a little cynical about the world. My God.
Yeah, yeah,
Look at
that's
all
why
the
I'm
good
like,
tanks.
okay,
You
fine,
can
I'm not
collect
skipping
demise
it
and
because it's good.
customize them all. Massive battles where you can constantly team kill and ruin other people's good time.
What the f***? I'm on your f***! Yeah!
Did I mention it's historically accurate, especially the Japanese robot tanks? Ooh, look, the tanks are kissing. Progressive. Use the invite code TankMania and get the Excelsior. 250k
I hate it.
credits.
I really
Other
do.
stuff. Go to
swear.
the link in the description and use the invite code TankMania. Here's what you do. Get World of Tanks. Put that on one screen. Then, on a second monitor, you'll watch the next hour of this video while you play the game. Perfection. I'm contractually obliged to say thank you for being a friend.
You're
Sarge,
welcome.
No. Tank's empty, kid. Go on without me. No, use your repair consumable. It's too late, kid. Take care of my family for me. No. Get it. Add. Collins is still in the dark.
Did he
Unable
just
to move.
abruptly cut it
He
off?
can feel the sharp crystals on the ground poking into his back. The ice melts above him, traces across the ceiling, and drips.
Just edging us
directly
like that,
onto his
bro.
face.
Disrespectful.
He would shield himself against the dripping, except that his right arm is wedged against the roof of the cave, and his left is stuck in place underneath his torso. The cold water dripping onto him pools underneath him. Floyd took slow, steady breaths in the concentrated dark. When he did attempt to shuffle, more gravel and rocks would tumble from above and pile onto his feet, so nothing would work. He raked his fingers against the wall until blood pooled underneath his nails, and he realized that there was only one option left. Call out for help. But wait. Who is Floyd, and why did he even go into a dangerous cave? Floyd started his caving career at the tender age of 6. Growing up, exploring the caves of Kentucky was practically all he did. He would go off on his own, disappearing into the caves for many hours at a time. Have you seen that movie, The Descent? It was a lot like that. He grew up and he became embroiled in the Kentucky cave wars.
The mouth.
Now, there's way too much to go into here, but the summary version
Tim, thank you so much
is
for the
this
raid.
huge network of
Hello.
interconnected caves
Hi, everybody.
called
How are you guys
Mammoth
doing?
Caves.
Why
It's
am
actually the
I not a
largest
part of the
cave
raid? I was
system
like,
in the
the
world.
fuck?
And there's a city right
Hello?
in the middle of it. Cave City. Real name. So, of course, there are dozens of cave
Grandpa
entrances
told me
on
he was
private
playing with a
property all over the
girl.
place.
Ooh.
Now, farmland in this
Sorry.
region has very poor soil,
Are they here?
and things do not grow well.
Hello.
So, cave tourism as a source of income quickly became the prominent thing. However, a problem. There are a very large number of caves, but there are only a limited number of tourists. So competition rapidly escalated. Visit my
And Grandpa
cave.
told me
No.
that. I
Visit
told
my
him, like,
cave.
he better share
Big
it with
signs
me.
were erected saying, tourists, come to me. Mine is definitely open. Mine is the best. But then competitors would respond by saying, hey, by the way, we're open, but don't go to that one over there. It's really shitty. In fact, it's dangerous. This kept going further. By the end, they were blocking off the trail to each other's
Still
property,
wondering
beating
why.
each other in the streets, and
I don't
hiring
know.
people called cappers who would dress up as policemen and tell tourists, no, you can't go in there. That one? No, it's illegal. Despite the fierce competition, Floyd found a cave on his property and he started advertising it to tourists.
I wonder if
Of
she's
course,
here.
very
Hello.
few came. All right, he thought. What if I found something really special and unique? Then surely people would have to come to my cave to see it. So he kept exploring and exploring until he found this hollow. It was filled with big gypsum crystals, and when you were in there, it felt like a completely alien world. But it was barely accessible. This small tunnel is the only way in. He would need to dig for months to open it up to tourists, but he knew he could do it. Back to the competition. They knew the value of this cave. They knew the potential, they wanted it for themselves, and they wanted Collins gone. A few months prior, a group of 5 men showed up to his farm unannounced.
Hand over that lease, Floyd.
They said.
Yeah, I was
Floyd,
done
of
on
course,
Eevee and
refused.
Kirby.
So
I'm
they
done
turned to
with
violence,
Kirby. I wanted to
knocking him
finish
down and
Kirby.
savaging the helpless man until Homer, Floyd's brother,
Ta-da!
came running out of the house with
There's
a shotgun.
Herb.
But Floyd was not deterred. He spent 12 hours a day.
Kirby is the
every day
easiest
for
one.
months,
He's just a blob. That's
clearing
it.
gravel and stone, chipping away at that passage. He would open it up to tourists,
Thank you to
make
Daily.
his cave an incredible attraction, and make his dreams come true.
He's just a blob. He's a little guy.
Hey!
Hey!
So there's Floyd in the dark, yelling out for help, yelling into the pitch black. After a while, his voice would give out, and he would have to sleep to recuperate. He would then wake sometime later, remember where he is, and begin yelling
Hold on.
again.
I'm sorry. I gotta pause, but I just gotta share this with you, chat. There was one that I watched. He was stuck in like a small crevice of a cave. And he was stuck there for 3 weeks. And the reason why he was not rescued because they thought that he was dead, and they waited for six weeks. So he was there 3 what do you call this? He was there for 3 weeks in the dark, no, like barely any oxygen. He was starving, and there was no light. I think the light in his battery died out, but he was there holding off for 3 weeks. But then after some autopsy, they figured out that he was alive for 3 weeks, and he held off for 3 weeks. Had they actually done the rescue, then they would have had him still alive and in recovery. And that was another cave diving incident too. I watched that just like recently, and that was just like, what the fuck, man? He could have been alive, but at the same time, if he didn't go caving, he would have actually been alive. Cause like I can never understand, even though you defend to me, like that caving is like, oh, caving is so much fun, you should give it a try. Yeah, I'm only going into caves where it can fit 4 people in the opening, you know? Like if it fits 4 people in the opening and I'm sure that I can get out of it, yeah, then fine. I'm gonna go in that cave. There's even a cave in Vietnam for like, I think that was Vietnam War, where you're gonna have to go into this like, um what do you call this, like underground um path, and it goes narrow as you go deeper, so that you can go to the other side. And my friends were like talking about like going to Vietnam, right? And they're like, "Oh, we should go there. We should go there. We should give it a try." I'm like, "Fuck you guys. You can try that. I'm not going in there. I'm very claustrophobic." There's even like, I'll show you later maybe how it looks like. I forgot what it's called, but
And
we'll
for him.
watch it.
Here he remained in the dark
So far,
for the next
here's
23
Fuecoco.
hours.
Fuecoco! It's true.
Quickly
But
you might wonder,
also, let me
how come
add
no
to
one's
that
come to
that
him
people
after
also
23
go cave
hours?
diving,
Well,
where they go in
Sam Cave
caves
resides on a
underwater. Like,
200-acre farm.
let's make it
There are
worse.
several homes
You
on
know
the
what I mean?
property
Like,
with other families.
oh,
One of them, of
caving
course,
is
Colin's
not too
house,
bad.
where
Let's
Floyd's
make it
father,
worse.
Lee, resides.
I don't know,
Now,
man.
Lee
I
and
don't know
Floyd
what goes in their
constantly get
brain.
into fights about how to run things. Lee wants his son
You
to
ever
concentrate on
wonder
farming,
what goes
and
on
Floyd
inside their
wants to
head?
concentrate on cave tourism.
Because I do.
Arguments would often get heated. And Lee was also a bit of a drunk. It was doubtful that he would even notice if his son Floyd was missing. Also not helping things, Floyd regularly lodged at 2 other homes on the farm. So when he didn't return to one host, they would presume that he was staying with the other. And, even worse still, he was known to occasionally sleep in the cave, doing stints of up
Sleep
to
in the
30
cave?
hours in there without resurfacing.
Brother.
Regardless, around the 23-hour mark, a few locals started to suspect that, hey, something might be wrong,
Chat,
and
where
they
the fuck
went
is
to
the...
check up on him. And
Oh,
here,
okay.
they spotted
Sorry.
his jacket, still hung up. Unusual. They went deeper. However, there was only one person small enough to make it as far as the turnaround room. This was a 17-year-old Jewel Estes. He refused to go into the squeeze, but if he yelled, Floyd would probably hear him.
Floyd!
And Collins yelled back.
Okay, Vussy.
Estes emerges from the cave.
Okay, we know he's trapped, and we know where he is.
So, a whole troop of locals show up. Out of my way.
Not the
Say
cave
a bunch of
Vussy.
men who would confidently charge into the cave. But
Hey
once
guys, we're
they
going in the
reached
cave
final
Vussy.
squeeze,
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Even
They
if they
were
tell me the
cut
prettiest
straight
girl
back
is
out again,
inside that cave,
saying
I'm
things
not
like,
going.
There's no way
Well,
any man could fit in there.
out of my
Might
way,
consider.
they would say as
We'll
they were
see.
heading in the reverse direction. So a few more hours passed.
I like that
Word
I
would spread
backpedaled a
around
little
Cave
bit.
City and the neighboring areas. Slowly, the crowd
Free!
formed outside Sand Cave.
Free! No vanish. Nice try.
Over in Louisville, Floyd's 22-year-old brother, Homer, he gets a phone call.
Hello? I see. My brother. He's trapped in a cave? I'm on my way.
Homer jumps on a coach and makes his way to Floyd's...
He's trapped in the cave? Alright. Just another
Homer
day.
struts up to the scene. He walks past the growing crowd of unhelpful onlookers and makes a beeline for the cave to save his brother. In he goes, down the chute, through the narrowing passages, down on his hands
Good
and
for
knees
him.
towards the turnaround room. And when he arrives, he does not hesitate. He squeezes into the hole, scrambles his way through to the ledge on the other side. He
Oh,
sees
shit.
Floyd below and slides down to meet him.
Floyd!
Floyd.
That probably wasn't that casual.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God you're here.
Homer
Yeah,
took
I'm
a
pretty
moment
sure
to
there's a
shine
little
his
panic
light
in
around
there.
the area and assess the situation. It was not good. This rock formation is going to prove almost impossible to work around. All right, so let's have a look. Floyd is here. The rock is here, pinning his ankle. He's surrounded by rubble, and there's a pocket of gravel above him ready to fall. However, because this opening is so small, there are only two viable ways of reaching Floyd and that gravel. Option 1, the most obvious, feet first. But if you do this, you have to kind of squat, and your own torso
shit.
obstructs access to the rubble. Otherwise, option 2, come down head first. That will give you better access, but you're trying to move hundreds of pounds of gravel upside down. Worse
What the
yet,
fuck?
there's barely an inch around Collins on either side, so good luck getting your arm down near Floyd's ankle to actually free him from the wedged rock. Homer whips around and yells.
Quickly, some food and drink.
They send it through. But first, Homer gives
gonna get
Floyd
his
a liter of coffee
arms.
to warm him up. Then, as many sausage sandwiches as he can stomach,
Yep.
he manages to down 9 of them. Dietary advice has changed.
This
since the
reminds me of the
1920s.
forest.
Feeling better?
Much better.
Then Homer went to task. He began removing rocks and gravel, tiny scoop at a time, with the help of an old syrup can.
He
next 8
imagine
hours,
being
Floyd
stuck there.
first
You
with
know
hands,
one thing
then
that I
once enough was
cannot
cleared, using a crowbar to
send
scoop
to get
behind
milk.
his brother,
Please don't leave.
scraping away sharp protrusions as he went. It was slow progress.
You know what? One thing
Virtually futile.
I don't
While
know,
holding up
but
his body weight with one arm, he would have to use the other to scoop away gravel. Then watch as new gravel would suddenly fall from above and undo all the work. Homer stayed for as long as he
even
could, but after
inside,
several hours,
like
he was
you know, the
lagging.
forest caves are pretty.
His
like,
teeth chapped
huge, right?
uncontrollably. His lungs
They still
choked
make
with
me a
dust,
little bit claustrophobic.
and the
So
skin
what
on
about
his
these
fingers
ones?
shredded from the rubble. However, something new.
Oh
By the time
yeah,
Homer
I've
reached
seen the
outside,
Vergling though.
He was surprised to see a mob
I was
of
hoping, like,
approximately
maybe next
100
week
men and women
we could
standing around, drinking,
we
squabbling,
would do
and talking
some
big
community
game
games.
about
I'm
how
not sure
they,
what.
too, were going to save Floyd.
But maybe some
The
Jack in
press
the
was
Box
also
would be
present
nice.
to help people gawk from afar. Homer shunned them all and rested up in a small tent in front of the cave.
Oh shit.
Strangers immediately crowded around him to ask innocent but, frankly, frustrating questions and offer unsolicited,
Please return. Yeah,
obvious
please return.
advice, as well as wildly impractical solutions. Listen. You just have to untie his shoes. Free the foot, free the man, right, fellas?
Free the
No,
foot.
no, no, no. Let's hire a contortionist. We get a hammer and a chisel.
So,
We'll have him back by
like,
supper.
when you get
Ah,
stuck, you know,
we
you
should
can't
jerk him
move
off, right,
around.
guys? All right,
And
I
what
better
if,
guy up.
like, part of
You
your
get the
body
idea.
gets
A lot of
itchy?
these guys are drunk, by the way.
That
So the discussions
alone
very quickly went from
would,
0
like,
to
veer
100.
me away
Hey, new
from
idea. How about dynamite? We'll simply blow him out.
doing this
One group
kind of
formed,
shit,
insisting it was a
basically.
great idea. And another saying, no, the explosion will kill him, and the weight of the new rocks will surely crush him. They shouted at each other for a while, until someone suggested, hey, how about gas torches? We can use acetylene torches to cut through the rock and make the hole bigger. No, that'll cook him, or the gas will fill the cave and kill everyone inside. They fought over that too. But by far the most common suggestion was to simply cut off the foot. Never
Cut
mind that
off
the foot
the
itself was
well-
unreachable, and never mind that he'd lose so much blood he might not make it back to the surface, and never minding even more that Floyd was strongly reluctant to the idea.
Whatever you do, don't cut my foot off.
Homer could have easily ignored all of this pointless bickering, except that not one of them would just brave the damn cave and continue shoveling away the gravel.
Yep.
The formula was always the same. Bold, fearless men would strut into the cave with sandwiches and blankets, then reach the turnaround room and immediately lose their nerve, then dump it all outside of the hole, and then return back outside and go, oh, absolutely. No, he says, thanks for the food. Thank you so much. Yum, yum. No one would go through that squeeze.
Yeah.
Dozens more
bet.
men would try. All of them would fail.
Oh shit. God damn, he's been there for
February
so
2nd,
many
9
hours.
a.m. So far, Homer has been the only person who has been face to face with Floyd. And that would continue to be true until here we are at the Louisville Courier. There's a spirited young newshawk named William Miller. He's talking to his boss, and he's trying to convince him that it's a great idea for him to cover the story of the man trapped in the cave.
Listen up, boss. I'm hearing talk of a man in a cave. He's
Imagine
stuck down
if he
there,
gets-
and I want to get down there too. Get to the nitty gritty, you hear?
This is an opportunity for some good PR.
How much is
I'm
that?
in,
The
but I
Berglund
want us
gnome?
to sponsor that rescue. Picture this. Man saved from cave by Louisville Courier, the finest newspaper in the state. Ah, that'll drum up plenty of interest.
24-carat idea, boss. I'll make
Or
it
is
happen.
it the
I'll
one
get
that
down there
you
toot
gave
sweet.
me free
So
access?
off Miller goes to Floyd's cave. Back over at the cave, Homer is sitting outside trying to recuperate. As Miller wanders up, Homer is not interested in giving an interview. He wants someone to help. So as Miller asks questions, Homer tries his best to show contempt.
Sure.
Frustrated, Homer bluntly says,
Listen, you want more information? The hole's right behind me. Why don't you go take a look yourself?
Miller thinks for a moment, then says,
True.
yeah, all right. He
The
grabs a
Berglund
lantern
gnome.
and crouches
I wonder
down
if it's still
to
going
enter
to
the cave.
be
As he
available
walked,
next week.
cold water filled his shoes. He was stepping
Cold
in newly
Wawa.
formed puddles. That water is coming from the inside of the cave as the temperature slowly increases and the frost inside melts. The stable environment of the cave
No, I don't know
is
what this
starting
sticker is for.
to
Maybe his
change.
feet? Maybe
That is
his
thanks in
tiny
no small
little...
part to the growing crowd of
Maybe?
gawkers. To stay
Find
warm,
out.
they were building fires and hanging around the entrance of the cave to shelter from the elements. But nonetheless, Miller presses on, and all that's left is that final squeeze, and he's there. He stops. He takes a moment and decides to call out to Floyd.
Floyd!
Hearing there is someone on the other side, he feels ashamed not to try. Into the dark he went, through the 9-inch squeeze. The crystal gypsum cuts into his elbows and tugs at his clothes. He gets snagged. He's spluttering through the pools of muddy water.
Fuck
He
is you
stops,
talking about? Fuck is you talking
collects
about?
himself, and pushes on. He can barely inhale. If he gets stuck in here, he can only hope that someone else can come in from behind and pull him out by the leg.
You know, another thing that
eventually,
I feel
he
bad
makes it
about
through.
is the
Fantastic.
rescuers.
He is now on
The
his belly,
rescuers?
looking down at Floyd.
I know they're so done with these, like,
He
cavers.
sat right next to
Cave
Floyd,
divers.
ready to interview him.
But, like,
But
what
Floyd
can they
didn't
do?
really answer any of his questions. At the
It's
moment,
their
he is sitting in a
job.
pool of water that is 12 degrees,
But imagine, some
slowly sapping
people
his body
have
temperature.
perished from
He
this.
is dying
some
from
people.
exposure.
Some people
The cold is diminishing Floyd's
just want to
mental
be stupid.
faculties,
I say
and he
stupid
can
because
barely make
sometimes
sentences. There's nothing Miller can
people
do.
go in there
So
without
he
proper
hurriedly
equipment,
turns around. He works
knowing
his way back
how
through the
dangerous that can
squeeze,
be.
past the turnaround room.
There was one
and
guy
out
who
into
did
the
that.
moonlight. Homer turns
It was
to Miller.
insane. Like, why would
Proof
you do
that
that?
he had made it all the way to Floyd is soaked onto his
Like, what the hell?
mud-stained clothes.
Were you even thinking?
No longer frustrated with the
He's
young
got a
reporter,
family,
instead,
by
he
the way.
excitedly runs over to him.
And he
You
usually
and me,
caves
together,
until he
we
caved
can
into
get
like
Floyd out
a
of there.
restricted cave.
Now,
And he
there are
was
2 people who
experimenting
can help
on
rescue Floyd.
untested equipment. And he died.
Now,
Like,
helping
what
with
the-
the rescue was not
I'm sorry
the
to the
only thing that
family,
Miller
but,
did for
like,
Floyd.
he
Perhaps
did
even
that.
more crucially, his reporting was responsible for turning Floyd into a nationwide story.
Now
Miller
we're
took
building
interviews,
Chim.
relayed first-person accounts, and would spend many hours with Floyd himself. In
We're done
that
with
cave.
Bully Coco.
He gave an insight into the story that only a first-person account could,
And I'll play
and in
you
turn,
here.
gave the public a figure who they would deeply relate to.
Yeah.
Updates to the story would be printed in over 1,000 local and national newspapers. You couldn't escape it.
Exactly.
It was also the era when radio became a regular feature for regular Americans. Radio allowed something new, hourly updates, letting people get engrossed into the story. So, mostly thanks to Miller, the story of Floyd over the next week would grow and grow. And everybody wanted to know, will this man make it? Back outside
I think
the
I
cave,
showed you
someone new
these
entered the
before.
story.
Slowpoke.
Robert Burton. He would become
He's
the
just
third
like
man
me
to
for
reach
real.
Floyd, a
My
firefighter from
my
Louisville.
king.
Thin frame, but muscular. He got scratched up pretty good and soaked by the
Yeah,
pooling
we're
water.
putting them here.
But he made it through with little fuss.
You're part of
and he
my
confidently lowered
family
himself
now.
down to Floyd's
Floyd
position.
Coco is the only
It was
one I
not
think is
an
on a different
optimistic sight.
generation. He's
Floyd's
like
condition was
part of the
deteriorating.
new
Well,
ones.
we've got a heck of a problem here, but I think I.
But
can
I
get you out with a
basically
brush.
got
Floyd
the
nods in approval.
basics. My
Oh,
brother's got
we might just pull your
Charmander.
bloody leg off. Just pull my leg off then. Get me out of here.
Burton returned to the surface and faced the crowd. He announced,
We will attempt a rope pull.
I don't know if that's a good
A
idea.
rope?
You're just gonna tear his foot off.
"Yeah, hold on. What about the sharp rocks? Raking through all that and there'll barely be a body left to bring to the surface." A physician stepped forward with authority. "The ligaments in the foot are strong, but if you pull on the torso without a harness, all you'll likely do is tear his
Okay,
internal
we'll start
organs."
with the face.
But Floyd is dying of exposure down there. The situation is becoming desperate. Burton put caution to the side.
The time for strategy is over. Now we try brute force.
What? What do you mean? Bro, he's been there for so long. Hi, homeless gamer. Welcome in. What the fuck? Oh. Jump scare. Where did those hands come from? Yeah. I guess so. Not as bad as his idea of going in there. I'm sorry. But yeah, you know what I mean.
Floyd! Floyd! We're here. We're gonna get you out of here.
After 79 hours in the cold water, he is delirious, fading in and out.
I'm pretty
of
sure there's
consciousness.
hypothermia involved.
I'm gonna put the special
Yeah, it
harness
is.
around you. Burton and Miller, they're here too. We got 3 more boys right up the cave, and they're all ready to pull as hard as they can to get you out of here.
Floyd was frightened.
I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna hurt.
Yep.
No one knew
I
quite
bet
how
it
this would
does
go.
hurt.
Floyd was given some food, some coffee, a large swig of whiskey, and a
I
sedative.
want it. Oh.
That sedative would keep him calm if his ankle bone is snapped or the skin on his foot is peeled off. Floyd took the opportunity to appreciate being surrounded by
That
friends
is.
and family.
I'm taking other bodies with me. Like
All
what?
right, strap him up.
Am I?
Homer
Am I
attached
gonna
the
call
harness.
911 now?
He ties
Like-
on the rope. Miller gives the signal.
Ready?
Burton gives the final all clear.
Ready?
Everybody braced for the tug of war. Cave
Okay.
versus
Easy.
man. The winner.
They
gets
slow me
Floyd.
down. Fine. It's
Three.
okay.
2,
2.
1.
Pull.
The force of 6 men pulled against the clutches of the cave. Floyd began to
Bro,
scream.
it. Oh
His body
shit.
was being pulled up from the rubble. The gravel was beginning to shift. Burton's calls echo through the cave.
I just know
Floyd
that shit
screamed
hurt so
harder
much.
as
Hi,
well.
Pokey.
Alright, so Floyd is trapped laying down like this. But the pulling of the rope wrenches him up like this. His torso was being
Oh my
compressed and
God.
bent against the ceiling of the trap. It would kill him. Floyd's screaming intensified, and through gasps was begging them to stop. But it did not stop. The agony
Oh
continued
no.
on
Yeah,
and
make
on,
it him.
with no progress.
Enough! Enough! You guys are killing him!
Homer quickly spun around and started pulling against the other men. He threw his legs onto
Bro,
the rocks
the
and
friction
propelled
on his
himself backwards.
body.
1 man versus 5.
I said stop!
Coursing with adrenaline, he pulled the rope free from their clasp. The tug of war was over. The cave had won.
Thank you for the
Floyd fell
daily,
back down.
also.
Homer, Miller, Burden, and the other 3 men were flat on their backs, panting for breath. The cave would not let this man go. The futility of the situation sank in, and all they could do was leave for now and rest.
Yeah.
Outside, the number of spectators had increased to 200. They
God
buzzed and asked
damn.
useless questions.
I mean, I
and
guess
Homer
we're
walked
spectators as
dejectedly
well.
past them. He sat by thinking what he could do. The cause seemed hopeless.
Homer?
Then, someone showed up who could turn things around. He looked up to see a childhood friend of both his and Floyd's, Johnny Gerald. He was just the man for the job. He was an experienced caver, and he was an experienced cave-trapped person rescuer.
Exactly.
Alright, let me go see him. Well, look who it is.
Floyd perked up
If
immediately.
there was enough room where he got
Thrilled to
stuck
see
in,
Gerald. The
then I think
sparkle
it's
from
gonna be
Floyd's
easier
gold
to
tooth
just like
could be
pop
seen
him
in
out
his
in
smile.
there. But
Alright,
the problem
let's
is
see
there's a
what we
little wedge.
Gerald jumped down. And then, for the next 3 hours, Gerald went back to the original plan of digging away the rocks. His stamina was good, and
We got
progress
it.
was surprisingly
Got
good as well.
through.
For
And now
several
I'm
more
just gonna get
hours, he
the
continued,
stickers and
just moving stone after stone. New one would fall in its place, and he'd move that one too. By midnight, he had enough room to shift position and clear some of the gravel that was at each
There we
side
go.
of Floyd's body. Gerald would spend several more hours scooping. And it worked. Slowly, more and more of Floyd's body was coming free from the rubble.
I
The
wonder
lower
why they didn't do
shoulders,
that.
his chest, even his hips and thighs. It was incredible progress, but Gerald wasn't done yet. He kept going until practically all of the rubble, except a few harder to reach piles down by his legs, remained. The relief from the weight made it significantly easier for Floyd to breathe and flex his limbs. Over the course of those few hours, Gerald managed to scoop away more than 1,000 pounds of debris. But there was still a lot more to go.
Bro,
And that rock by Floyd's foot was still holding him in place.
what would have
By 2
crushed a
a.m.,
couple of,
Gerald
I don't
was
know,
spent.
body parts?
He needed rest, and he was ready to head back outside.
Floyd, tomorrow, you're gonna be a free man.
Why are they making him wait
Now
that
here you
long?
might think that things will become straightforward. They did not. Now that space had been cleared, Burden became convinced that if he could get down that passage again, he could free Floyd with another rope pull, fate deciding with both feet or just one. So Burden marches up to the cave once again, but when he tried to enter, they shoved him in the other direction. The crowd was acting as a sort of phalanx, and anyone who tried to get in was told to get lost.
What?
They had been specifically instructed to not let anyone in, and they were especially opposed to Burden making another rope pull after word spread about the disaster of the first attempt. He tried to reason with them,
Let me try the rope pull again. It'll work this time.
but they would not hear it.
Yeah, it's funny because like they're stopping him, but no
Of the
one's
3
doing
other people who
anything.
could reach him, Gerald and Homer are out exhausted and sick, which leaves only Miller, who is tied up with work. With Burden barred from entering, Floyd was left on his own, wondering why it was that no one would visit him.
Hello? Is anyone there? Help!
Yeah, like they don't care.
Hey, anyone out there?
That guy is expecting
Now,
someone
the
to
work Miller
come
was
to him.
doing was handing over reports to his boss about Sand Cave. Those reports would be fed through the news grapevine to the Associated Press, and the Associated Press would send that out to its very large affiliate network. The word was spreading about Floyd. By afternoon, Miller was done with his work and he hurried back to the cave. So he gets inside
Yeah.
and,
True.
his eyes didn't have to work half as hard to adjust to the dark. Someone had installed electric lights from the entrance right all the way down.
Yes.
to Floyd.
Hello.
Miller popped down to the lower level.
Ah, Floyd, fancy seeing you here, buddy.
These
When Miller
cutters.
reached Floyd, he took the final
Hell
bolt
yeah.
and attached it to his
I
collar
just got
to
this
keep
off
him
of like
warm.
Amazon.
Then, reusing
I
that syrup tin,
literally
he
just
started
searched
offloading gravel into buckets. Those buckets were then passed up
a
and
build
down
kit
the cabin, like an assembly line. And so it went on for the next few hours.
kit, something like that. Build
Until
kit
he was
cutter,
too
and then
tired
they gave me
and
like a
needed to
whole
rest.
kit.
Miller then took some time to have a bit of a one-on-one with Floyd.
Ooh,
He
okay,
said,
okay.
You know,
I
there
even
are a lot
got
of people
these,
in the
like,
news
to,
that are reading
I
about
guess,
you and have you in their
smoothen
prayers.
the surface.
Is there anything you want me to
And
relay?
these exacto
Floyd
knife.
had been in that cave for over 100 hours now.
And of
And seeing everyone
course,
working together, Floyd was overcome
these
with a sense
bad
of hope and
boys.
relief. Floyd wanted to pass on a message. Here is what he is quoted in the newspaper.
For smoothing, and also this one for stickers.
I believed I would go to heaven. I can feel that I'm to be taken out alive and with both my feet. I kept thinking, what would happen if the rock above me would fall? It caused me to shudder. I kept thinking to drive my mind to something else, but it wasn't much use.
It
I
might
couldn't do
be,
much
it
to
might
help
be.
those who came to help me, but I knew that a lot of people were willing to do all in their power.
I do like cleaning,
It gave
like
me
the
courage.
cuts sometimes.
Tuesday morning, I thought to myself, 4 days down here, and no nearer
4
freedom than I
days
was on the
down
first
there is
day.
crazy.
How will it end? Will I get out?
And I think
Couldn't think of
2
it.
of those days is he's
I have
packed
faced
on
death
rubble.
before. It doesn't frighten me, but it is so long. Tell them I am not going to give up. Tell them I'm going to fight and be patient and never forget them.
Meanwhile, news of the incident kept growing. The entire country was captivated by Floyd's story. Crowds huddled around newspaper stands each morning and afternoon, waiting to get any new drips of information. It became a water cooler topic. Did you catch the latest episode of Game of Caves? He had the prayer power of practically every church in the county.
Bruh.
Even the upper echelons of government were keeping tabs on Floyd. Congress halted session to get their little updates, and even the president, Calvin Coolidge, took a glancing interest.
What the hell?
By the end, the Floyd Collins incident would explode into the third largest non-political
How did
story
the information
between
travel
World
that
War I
fast?
and
Oh,
World
that
War
looks
II.
good. Holy
All of
shit.
this excitement brought an inundation
Nice.
of people to Cave City.
Man, I'm hungry
Old
too now.
population, 690. Yawn. New
Have you
population,
yet?
10,000.
Well,
The bank vaults ran empty as
last
people withdrew cash to
time I
spend
ate
around
was
town,
this
but they wouldn't have much to spend it on
afternoon.
because restaurants didn't even have enough stock to feed all the new customers. Practically
I have
every
not
hotel room in the
eaten
county was
dinner.
taken, so residents
Maybe after
capitalized with a
stream?
1920s version of Airbnb and charged outrageous fees
Fucking
to offer places to
Airbnb.
sleep on their bedroom floor or in
Yeah, well, no
mattress-lined
worry.
bathtubs.
After I
And
finish all of these,
4,500
I think it's just gonna
automobiles
be like
impatiently
a
sat,
very
backed up
chill,
for 2
casual
miles from
stream,
20
or maybe?
different states to
I don't
drive
know.
onto
I
the
should
Collins
order.
farm, churning up all the
Any
pristine green
food?
fields with their tires
Should
and
I
turning them into
order?
brown muck paddocks.
We'll see.
Deep below all those
Wait, no, I
tourists,
do have,
there's
like,
Miller,
I
trying
did
to free
buy
Floyd.
some cup
All right, a little bit of
noodles.
setup.
And another thing that I
Floyd,
need to do
Miller, some
also
remaining
is
rubble,
to
rock. For
rehydrate.
anyone to lift the rock by
Because
hand would be
I've
impossible
been
because Floyd's
dehydrated.
body
So I got
obstructs
this.
the
Look.
hole. Miller
Fucking
grabs a crowbar
huge
and shoves
Gatorade.
it through the gap. Now he's going to lever
My
it off Floyd's
favorite.
foot.
My
Cool.
favorite.
The crowbar is now primed in place. Next, he takes a jack. He positions it on top of the crowbar so that it will be forced against the ceiling. However, problem. That jack is too big. It doesn't fit. Miller yells up the tunnel for a smaller one, but this took some time. And when it arrived, too small,
What the
won't reach the ceiling.
hell?
But instead of sending for another one, Miller takes 2 blocks of wood and bolsters them underneath the crowbar. Right, so the crowbar now sits higher, it fulcrums against the blocks, and the jack is sitting on top. All Miller
no.
has to do is expand the jack, which
Yep.
he will do using this spanner, holding it at the very tips of his fingers. Sounds easy. It's not. But that's the plan.
Yeah, I bet.
Let's get him out of there. He turned the wrench. The jack
The
expanded,
winch.
and the crowbar took strain.
Yeah,
The
me
whole
too. I
thing
haven't
slid apart
eaten
with a
yet.
pang. Floyd wasn't hurt, but Miller
That's
was
why I
contorting
can't-
and
I
exerting
can't
his
scold you
whole
today.
body, from back to
My eating
fingertip. tried again.
schedules are not.
Same result. Undeterred,
That good.
Miller caught his breath and gave it another shot. He slowly
I have
turned
bad
the
eating
jack.
habits.
Pressure
I've
building.
been missing
And
some
this time,
meals.
Miller could feel the rock move. It bloody moved. He kept turning the wrench and the rock moved
The winch?
a little more. His hands were shaking, knees weak, his arms
What?
are heavy.
What? You can't scold me?
One of the wood blocks
You're also
flew.
not eating.
It all scattered apart. The rock painfully slammed back down on Colin's foot.
Ah, you'll get it next time, Miller. Try again.
Miller kept on trying. Countless attempts. He kept pushing himself deeper into the trap, finding new approaches. Damn the blocks. No, try the blocks again.
Try the
some more
block
rubble.
again. God
Floyd,
damn.
unable to help physically, is supporting him in spirit at least, cheering him on. And Miller kept going and going and going until he had nothing left.
True.
For the next 4
But didn't
hours,
cross my
he tried.
mind.
No progress.
You know what?
Miller
On
was
stream
exhausted.
is when I
He couldn't do
usually
this on
like
his own,
remember
but
to
he was
eat.
the only one slim enough
One,
to get
because
him
you
through the
guys
gap.
remind me,
The
and for
group
some
decided
reason
to
I get.
concede for now
Oh,
and return
now
to the
I
surface.
kind of.
They would take just a small break.
Maybe
but it
because
looked to
I get
everyone
tired.
like there was a clear way
I use up
to
so
get
much
this man
energy when I
out.
stream.
So Miller and Burden crawled back
Maybe
through the
that's
mud
why.
and the wines of the cave.
But now because I'm
As they made their
doing
way
a chill
through,
stream, I'm
the
not
cave was visibly
too
sagging.
tired,
The
so I
ceiling
didn't
seemed
even think
lower.
about it.
Parts were harder to navigate than
Damn.
before. Doubly so with
See how
their
much energy
bruised
I
and
used
rock-shredded hands.
to
They
stream?
stepped outside and took in the fresh
Insane.
country air. But as their eyes adjusted to the light, they saw something new. A man named Henry Carmichael was standing in front of a sizable crowd of engineers in hard hats and soldiers in military uniform.
What
Now,
the
Henry
heck?
is the superintendent of the Kentucky
It
Rock
got to a
Asphalt
point where they
Company.
needed
The
military.
engineers are his employees, and the men in military garb are the National Guard. Now, Carmichael has
Yes,
been quietly looking
I got
at
it
the situation
covered,
from
and then
afar,
now I'm just
and he
gonna
is
put it on.
thoroughly unimpressed. This is no rescue operation. Once Miller and Co.
Yes!
call it quits,
We're
Carmichael
finished!
had 2 of his employees do a proper
Look at that little
survey
shit.
of the cave and see if
And
it
you
was
can
suitable
move
to bring
these
in his
too.
whole team of men. The 2 surveyors go in. As the passage led down to Floyd, it was showing
Let me just
alarming
smooth in
signs of
the ears a
deterioration.
little bit.
You could see the splitting of the rock above. Boards were slipping out of place or splintering. Small rocks tumbled down the walls. They soon came back with a report. It was not good. All right, so the following is a recounting of events from one of Carmichael's men, Casey Jones.
Oh, fuck.
Casey and another worker spent about an hour in the cave surveying its condition, looking at the boards, the ceiling, the stability of the walls. Casey continued deeper towards Floyd. He was fighting against his nerves. The shifting of the rock pinged his every instinct to flee. But he could hear Floyd calling out for help in the distance. Summoning all of his courage, he pushed himself on, through the final squeeze and over the ledge that looked down on Floyd. Rubble continued to drop from the ceiling, bouncing all around him. The ceiling felt closer to him than it was before, but maybe that was just the dark playing tricks?
Please, come down.
I can't right now, Floyd, but I will when I get back.
Now, Casey is being pulled in 2 directions.
No, come back, come on. Let's get out of here already.
Please, I'm so thirsty.
Okay.
Casey climbed down next to Floyd.
Quick, drink,
said Casey as he tried to pour some coffee into Floyd's mouth. But Floyd turned his head and kept his lips pursed. The rocks were falling at a faster rate now, the loud cracking
shit.
out above, sounding like thunder. In that moment, Casey realized what was happening. Floyd was not really asking for a drink. Floyd knew that a cave-in was inevitable. Scared and approaching his 5th day trapped, he was completely at his wit's end. He knew he was about to be trapped in that cave. And he didn't want to be trapped alone.
For God's sake, Casey, come on. You're gonna get us killed.
Stay with me, please. Don't leave.
Casey quickly turned away and scrambled back up the ledge.
Wait,
He
is
made
he
his way back
trying
through
to
the
get
final
him
squeeze,
stuck with
his
him?
limbs scrambling against the cave walls. It seemed as if everything around him was shrinking. He made it out, and he joined his co-worker. They both turned around and watched on in horror as the yellow of the bulb was being swallowed by the dark. Rubble fell fast and heavy until no light could be seen at all. Rocks blocked out Floyd's panicked cries. The one route to Floyd was now sealed shut, a tomb of rock and dust.
Oh, I kind of feel bad for him. Well, actually, I do. I don't know what took
It's
them
morning.
that long.
Burden and Miller jump out of their tents, ready for the day. They're feeling optimistic. Today will be the day that they get Floyd out of there. And they're packing some new tools to help them with the job. Wire to wrap around the wooden blocks, that'll stop them from slipping. And a blowtorch to carve away some of the rock, you know,
I feel
make
so
the
bad
hole a
for
bit
him.
bigger.
He's been
But
there
when
for
Miller
5
got
days.
to the turnaround room, all of that optimism left him. The entrance to the squeeze was now just a pile of debris. Miller froze, staring at it for a long while. Then he sighed and did the only thing he could think: make an opening through that rubble. But the more he raked away, the more fell in its place. It was never ending. He persisted, ignoring the danger around him. Thud.
Oh
A
shit.
large piece of debris landed on him.
Oh my god.
Luckily, it was only dried clay. He is uninjured.
Okay.
But recognizing the danger, Miller returned to the surface. 15 minutes later, he emerged from the cave with a bloodied up nose and bruises down his back and shoulders. Burden caught sight and races over.
By the way,
to
is
him.
this
Miller just says,
this
"For God's
real?
sake,
Is it a
don't
real
let anyone
story?
go back in there." Miller leaves the site. Burden doesn't know what
His
to do.
disclaimer were pretty fast.
Over
I
at the
couldn't.
house,
I
Kofi
couldn't
is
read
terribly
through.
ill and out of action, and that just leaves Gerald. Now he comes marching up when he hears the news, and he is livid. He told the crowds to keep away, or the whole thing would cave in, and they didn't listen. Then exactly that thing happened. And what were they supposed to do now? The rest of the day was spent squabbling and bickering over who was to blame. You caused the cave-in. No, you caused the cave-in.
Oh, cave your bloody head in, mate!
And Floyd spent the rest of that day alone.
Wait, he's still alive?
The surveyors continued checking the cave throughout the day. At 6 p.m., Carmichael had ordered everyone to an assembly. Gerald took the floor. He was going to give this one last shot. Gerald
Okay,
addressed
last
the crowd.
one.
Listen up.
Bold
There's death
sword.
down there. The walls and ceilings are crumbling. Unless you're determined to take the biggest chance you ever took in your life, tell me now.
I'm
and
so
stay
frustrated with
outside.
how they do
Next, they
things.
told all the Gorkas to get
But
the
I
hell out
can't
of the cave.
really blame it
clear
because
off.
it's like
And
old
so,
times.
Gerald went in and out of that
I guess
cave
I'll give
half
them a
dozen
little.
times,
I'll be a little
working
bit
away at the
lenient.
rubble, blocking access to Floyd, leaving only when he suspected another cave-in or to get food and water. Men on the sidelines were supplying new timber. A group of men helped Gerald to prop up the ceiling and guard against further collapse. Gerald toiled away at the pile, eager to reach his friend. He worked steadily, mindful of the danger poised right
Ta-da!
above him. Bit by
Bulbasaur.
bit, he reduced that pile until a light. He called out, yelling updates through the hole.
Bad news. We can't reach you. But hold on. We're coming.
Gerald continued. The pile got smaller still. The gap was large enough now that Gerald thought he might be able to fit.
Okay, that's enough. Floyd, I'm going for now. But when I get back, I'm gonna get you out of there.
Gerald scrambled back out the cave, over to the men, and through panted breaths he said,
Gather the equipment, and in an hour's time, it's gonna be me and Floyd coming out of that cave.
Mm-hmm.
Gerald entered Sand Cave for his final time. The walls had been reinforced.
Did he
but mud
respond?
and water was
at all?
accumulating everywhere. He waded through it and pressed on past the danger of the sagging ceiling. With determination on his face and a grease gun clutched in his right hand, he scrambled towards Floyd. But before the final squeeze, he stopped. It was all gone.
What?
Another cave-in, even worse
What
than
the
first.
fuck?
He thought about how he could have been on the other side of that rubble. His mind raced, weighing out what to do. He shouted.
Floyd!
As a not-so-subtle reminder of the danger he was in, a rock fell from the ceiling and cracked Gerald across the head. Luckily, just a small one. He felt around for blood and kept shouting.
Floyd!
He could definitely hear a voice, but it was faint. Gerald was scared that this was Floyd's last shot at rescue, and he threw himself against the pile and pulled it away with finger and nail, launching the debris behind him with force, tearing at the pile like a man on fire. Dust bellowed, rocks flew, and he kept shouting out for Floyd as he went.
Floyd!
Until finally, the cave had had enough. It let loose a large, jagged rock aimed straight at Gerald, striking him on his back. Gerald
Bruh.
stumbled out of that cave, injured and defeated.
Oh my god!
Only after the cave-ins did they start to think about all of the things that they could have done.
Wait, why didn't we rig a portable telephone line? That would have been incredibly simple here in 1925.
Yeah, why have we been running in and out to deliver updates?
Why didn't we give him an AM radio? He could have had something to listen to and receive messages of support from the public.
Yes,
Wait,
Bulbasaur.
why
I
didn't we
know,
rig
man.
up a tarpaulin so we could lift his torso up
We
so
are
he wouldn't be slowly
doing
dying of exposure?
Bulbasaur.
Oh god,
It's
why
supposed
didn't we
to look
run a
like this.
feeding tube? That's also a technology we have in 1925.
All too late. Now what? The one route to get to Floyd is closed forever. That meant two options. Number one, capitulation. Surrender him to the cave. Or number two, dig down from directly above Floyd.
Yeah, I
Now,
don't
the
know about that
prospect
one.
of digging from above seemed almost fanciful. At least it did in the beginning. But luckily, they had some help. Owing to Miller's reporting, Floyd had become practically the most famous person in the country. The rescue had become a high priority for the governor of Kentucky.
God damn.
Lieutenant General Denhart enters the scene. He's been updated on the situation, and following shortly behind him is a small army of miners and engineers. He declared to the despondent crowd, "Gentlemen, I am here on
What is
behalf of the governor.
there
The
is a
purse
bat
strings
Pokemon,
of
right?
Kentucky
Zubat.
are open. Take this blank check and
I don't think
bring
I've seen
that
a
man
build
out
kit for
alive."
that. Not a lot of merch of
Floyd
Zubat.
in that cold,
that I think
wet
about it.
confine could not have imagined the scale of the operation that was going on 55 feet above him. Authorities assumed control of Colin's rescue. Denhart gave Carmichael control over the site, and Carmichael raced to get to work. Carmichael rallied up his men, his fleet of expensive high-tech machinery. Professional groups were brought in from all across the state. No longer was this the ad hoc effort of a few individuals. It was a professional
It's
and
a whole ass
organized rescue.
country.
No more squabbling and standing around. Everyone knew what they had to do, and they were working as fast as they could. But just as hopes were rising, they were once again dashed against the rocks. They had all of this state-of-the-art machinery shipped in and assembled by the engineers and rearing to go. And it was all worthless. See, the problem is, the cave drew air into it. These diesel-powered engines pumped out enormous volumes of choking exhaust. Within a day's operation, the cave would be filled with carbon monoxide, and Floyd would be dead from asphyxiation.
Yep.
Just as quickly as solutions would arise, the cave would parry them away. It refused to let this man go.
Bro, they really want him
This
so
useless
bad.
machinery was now blocking the path to Floyd, which means they would have to spend the next couple of hours disassembling all of it and moving it away. Because they're about to dig a 55-foot pit the old-fashioned way, by hand.
By what?
Carmichael's expertise was in quarries, but the principles transferred over to caving and digging holes. He did some quick back-of-the-envelope math. I've got 75 men. They can dig at 2 feet per hour, and we have to go 55 feet deep. That means we can get to those men in roughly 30 hours, give or take. Now, is it possible that Floyd could survive for another 30 hours? Absolutely. Let's go. 4 men started at great pace. The soil was soft and easy to dig. But as they got deeper, it became more difficult. The deeper the shaft, the narrower it became. Soon, instead of 4 men, they could only fit 2. Carmichael understood that this was a race against time. So it was important that these 2 men were working at full capacity. Carmichael had a queue of men on the sidelines, poised to dig. And the moment that either of the two men in the hole slowed down, oi, they pulled them out and threw in a new one. Nonetheless, progress slowed the deeper they went.
Yep.
About a quarter of the way down, they reached rock, and one of the men would have to work a pickaxe, leaving only one to shovel. At this step, rubble couldn't just be flung into a pile. They had to start loading it into buckets, which would have to be pulled to the surface on ropes. Then men outside were ready with wheelbarrows to cart that downfield. Time passed. Hours passed. Night went to day. The day was hot. This was yet another problem, because it's early February, there's tons of ice still in the ground, and its exposure to the midday sun was causing it to become unstable. And the ground was becoming sodden.
Imagine the
progress slowed once again.
hypothermia also.
Just half a foot
I bet
per
it's
hour.
really cold down there
There
where
was
Floyd
little for
is.
Colin's friends and family to do, but watch the clock and pray. Interestingly, though, there were a lot of people on the sidelines. Floyd wouldn't have believed the scene above him. Practically everything but a Ferris wheel. Food stalls were set up to cash in on the crowds.
Bro, what the
Families and
fuck?
church groups
They made it
picnicked
a
in the
tourist
field.
spot. That's
Despite
crazy.
prohibition, moonshiners showed up to sell jugs with all of those X's written on them. There was even a bloody juggler. I won't stop juggling till he's free. And old man Lee was there, walking around, shaking his jar,
Understandable.
and soliciting donations.
What the
But
fuck is
where
it
were
doing?
Homer
Fucking
and Bert
GoFundMe
and Miller
in
during
like
all of this?
the
Let's back up a
1920s?
bit.
It's
People
crazy.
did not properly understand exactly how Floyd was trapped, and the news didn't help much either. So the obvious question started to arise. Why hasn't he been rescued yet? Just clear some gravel or pull a rope. How is this so hard? Motive was attributed.
I heard they didn't even want to have him rescued at all.
I heard that they're doing all of this for publicity.
And Lee's activity of soliciting donations, remember from before, further inflamed rumors.
I bet Floyd isn't even trapped in there.
These were all
That's what I was
vague
thinking
rumors,
too. Like
and they
people are
got
gonna
worse.
think that
You know what?
he's
I
not
heard
even
he
in
comes
there.
out at night, and then he just goes back in the morning.
Other rumors
He just
included,
goes back in the
I
morning.
heard that after Floyd went into the cave, someone murdered him.
Others said,
I think they're withholding food and water from him so he dies.
This whole thing is a fraud.
as time went on, it was harder and harder to ignore the hoax claims.
That's how
Then,
gossip
people
started.
started to form
Well,
righteous mobs, claiming the whole thing was a
gossip or
fraud, and they
theory?
started to get nasty. In fact, two people even went to the
at
telegraph
least some.
office and pretended to be Floyd sending telegrams to his mother, who, by the way, died several years ago.
The
Here's
fuck?
what it said. Quote, "Please contradict statements that I am buried alive in Sand Cave. Stop. Tell mother I am all right. Stop. Am coming home. Stop. Floyd Collins." Naturally, the AP published these telegrams unquestioningly, and now word is out to the press that he isn't actually in the cave after all. That made the authorities look foolish, and it could not go on. So, a hasty court-martial was arranged, and Homer, Miller, and Gerald were summoned. They hold one session on Monday and another on Tuesday. Lee and everyone else is cleared of charges, a retraction is written, and things carry on.
Lol.
The men at the dig were busy as ever. They set up pumps to mitigate the water in the shaft. Men continued working in shifts and carrying away the earth. Here they are with strips of lumber to shore up the walls. They were just short of halfway, and their rate of clearing material had slowed to a mere 4 inches per hour. It was at that point Carmichael went, "Yeah, okay, sod the cavers. Try the dynamite." It hardly made a
Dynamite?
dent, and it risked causing the shaft to collapse.
Yeah.
But despite all of these challenges, there was an optimism in the air, because everyone was keen for their turn to dig. And because they had one more thing to latch onto. He is probably still alive. Now, how do they know that? Okay, so remember
I'm gonna
that
bet.
light bulb
I think
around
that he's
Floyd's
still
neck?
alive.
Well, it's powered by a simple copper wire. Bare copper wire is subject to very minute fluctuations in resistance. So, An engineer rigs up a radio amplifier to this wire to read the current and see those small fluctuations. There they were. About 20 per minute, the rate of steady breathing. As his chest expands and contracts, they can read it from this device. And so, they kept going. And going. And going. 30 hours was the original estimate. Now 144 hours had come and gone, and they were only at 44 feet. Then, rain fell. Rain that mixed with dirt to make mud, much of which then froze to make ice. Ice which expanded and damaged the integrity of the shaft walls. Slowing down with every hour, they continued.
Yes.
Many more hours passed, and they were getting
I gotta put
close.
the stickers
But it
on
was
there,
now
though, on his
15
rippers.
days since Floyd was first stuck in that cave, and people had mostly lost hope. That excitement in the newspapers was tempering down. Visitors began clearing out from Cave City. Many still held on to hope, but their final lifeline, that light bulb, had burnt out. And it wasn't possible to do any more readings on the radio amplifier without it. No one knew if Floyd was still alive. Another
He's starving.
51 hours
Also
would pass
hypothermia.
before finally
That
they
man
reached
is
the
super.
60-foot
Oh.
depth.
I'm in. Chisel.
A chisel is handed down at 1:30 p.m. on Monday, February 16th. Sand Cave would open once again. Floyd had been pinned in that cave for 17 days. 12 spent without food, survivable.
17.
12 without water, likely not survivable.
Yeah.
The light bulb, a vital source of warmth, burned out 4 days ago. But maybe the moisture from the dripping of the cave walls provided him with some sustenance? There are stories of people surviving harsher extremes. A few final rocks were moved to allow Ed Brenner to squeeze in. Everybody stood by, absolutely silent, peering into that hole. Ed scanned the opening with his flashlight, listening carefully for movement. Then, head first, he worked his way in. The flashlight reflected dimly off the rock walls, but then caught the reflection of something gold. That golden flicker was not the light bulb. It was the glistening of light reflecting off a gold tooth. His mouth hung open. Floyd was dead.
Oh, fuck me.
Brenner was helped out of the cave and he delivered the news.
Dead.
A coroner would later state that Floyd succumbed to exposure and that they had missed him by just 3 days, about the same time that the light bulb had gone out. When the light bulb went out, so too did his one source of warmth. If it had held out, Collins might have as well. But what would they do now with the body? The shaft walls were ready to fall inwards, and risking lives to remove a corpse was seen as just irresponsible. So it was decided by the authorities. Floyd will stay in that cave. Now, this did not sit well with the family, but what could they do? The next day, they planned the funeral. The town emptied of people, and the shaft with Floyd at the bottom was filled back in. But that's not quite the end of the story. But if you hung on for this long, keep holding on.
I am too
because
invested
things are
in
going
this.
to continue to get interesting. But first, let me do a wrap-up of where everyone is and all that stuff. Context. The Collins family already had financial hardship. Lee Collins wasn't able to raise much money from the donations. After the crowds cleared, he was seen searching the site, scanning for empty bottles that he could resell. But the owner of the land, B. Doyle, and supposed friend of Floyd, was wholly unsympathetic. He put up a sign that said, "Floyd's dead body, right this way."
The
Come on now, take a look. Only 50 cents a gander. It's 100 years later, B's dead. Let's call it even.
Yep.
Also, remember those claims of Kentucky being an open purse? Well, The state reneged on the deal. They refused to pay many of the rescuers, and most of them went home without the promised pay.
I know.
Many
He's a
having
good
sacrificed
storyteller.
a week's worth of wages
I
for
like him.
missing their regular
I'll subscribe.
work. Some of them did make some money out of the situation, though. They signed on to a type of touring
Let me
theatre called vaudeville.
subscribe.
They roamed the country, telling their personal stories of their attempted rescue. Miller received the best offer out of anyone, however. How about 50 grand to do the Chautauqua lecture circuit? It'll be worth nearly $1 million in 2023 money.
Ta-da!
He declined. He stayed loyal to the
Bulbasaur.
Louisville Courier, continuing his work there for several more years. Although, bit of a perk, he won the 1926 Pulitzer Prize for his reporting on Floyd Collins. Okay, so back to the brother, Homer. He needed money and he agreed to do that vaudeville circuit. He stood on stage and shared with the crowd stories about growing up with his brother, Floyd, and detailing out the tragedy. But Homer made it known why he was up here on stage trying to get money. He had a mission.
I kept thinking of Floyd lying in the muck, where he had suffered beyond our power to imagine. I would never have peace of mind if he remained there.
He wanted the money to dig Floyd up and get him out of that cave. A couple of months later, he had it. All right, so back to Floyd. April 17th, 1925. Homer and a team of excavators. They began to dig. Within a week, they had arrived at Floyd. But instead of coming down the same passage near Floyd's head, they approached from the other side where his foot was. It allowed them to remove the rock that trapped him in place.
Yep.
They lifted him up from his tomb and laid him down on the fresh air above. A couple of days later, Floyd was given an honored place at the family cemetery, next to his mother. A stalagmite was taken from Sand Cave, carved with his name, and used as a headstone. And there he lay. No, that's not actually where it ends. Okay, this is where it gets weird. 2 years later, 1927, the Collins family's finances hadn't much improved. A dentist, Harry B. Thomas, walked up to the property and made Lee an offer. Sell this property to me, and I will give you $10,000. Now, Homer begged him not to.
At the time,
because at the time, the government was
$10,000 is
starting
a
to
lot.
buy up tons of land in the area
Right?
and turn it into national parks. They had to pay at a very competitive rate. But Lee was becoming a bit old and senile by this point, and frankly, it's doubtful that he cared about Homer or Floyd or anyone else for that matter. It's 100 years later, he's dead now, let's call it even. So, the point is, in this land sale with Thomas, Lee agreed to a very odd clause. And that clause said,
Pikachu
everything on
is
that
right
property
here.
belongs to Thomas. And should he wish, for
You
example,
can move his
to
tail.
exhume a dead body and re-embalm it and put it on
Now I'm
display
looking
in
online on
something
like
really
Pikachu
tacky like
has
that,
a lot of
a
versions.
glass coffin inside a cave, maybe, then that would be his prerogative. Lee signed.
There's even a
yes.
sleeping
And
Eevee.
Thomas did exactly that.
And then there's
Doyle made Floyd's
Bulbasaur.
corpse a tourist attraction.
Yeah, Eevee is right
That's
here.
right. 2 bits of gander. Come
And
and wonder at the
Fuecoco
incredible
and
dead man
Slowpoke.
who died in a cave.
I don't know if my
That's a
brother had
insult
already
to injury.
finished
It would.
Charmander. I would have showed that too.
Visitors return to Sand
I'm
Cave
you know
to
what?
gawk
One rare
morbidly
one is
at
Mew.
Floyd. Within a few
I
months,
couldn't find
Thomas
Mew.
had turned Lee's failing farm into a successful business. The Collins family
I want a
naturally
Psyduck
is
next
appalled by
and
the
a
situation,
Squirtle.
and they immediately object. They try a number of times to get Floyd returned to them,
I want the
including through the
sitting
legal
Pikachu.
system. But somehow, incredibly, the
The
judge
dentist
ruled
is the
in
real
Thomas's
villain.
favor. And so,
Honestly, there's a lot
there
of
he
villain
lay
in this
for the
story.
next 2 years. The cave was not done with Floyd.
Bro, it wants another?
Until someone hatched a plan. 2 years later, it's midnight, outside Sand Cave. Footsteps can be heard rustling through the brush. Now, we don't know who these 2 men are, but we know why they are here. To
I'm still
rob
moving around.
a grave.
God damn it. Well,
They
I
sneak
tried.
inside and clamber over the rocks in the darkness. Reaching Floyd's casket, they undo the latch and throw open the lid. There is his shriveled body. They throw him
I
in a gun
tried.
sack and they race off into the night. For 800 yards, they carry dear
Bro,
Floyd.
yeah,
like a couple of
I
sweaty
wanna
Santas about
get
to
a Mew,
deliver
but
a
it's
really
hard
terrible Christmas
it's
present.
hard to find.
Panting, out of breath.
Also, if I buy them here, it's a little bit expensive, but if I buy them,
with a 1, 2, 3, they launch
girl
his
math
body
is,
towards the river, and
I'm gonna
Floyd
go
goes
overseas
sailing
and
into the air,
buy
up,
the figures
up,
for maybe
into the
$2
starlit
less, and I'll buy them here.
and landing
I don't know.
in a bush. Oh,
What the-
God. The two men flee from the scene. Now, the next morning, Thomas notices that the body of Floyd is somewhat missing, and he contacts the authorities.
I'm
The
broke.
police come, they dust the casket for fingerprints, and bloodhounds are given Floyd's scent and let loose into the
Please,
hillside.
I'm broke.
A few hours later, they manage to find him, splayed out in a big shrub
Thank you,
down by
thank
the
you.
river. But this time, with a leg missing, that same one that was trapped under the rock. So, despite his protests, it had been amputated.
Oh,
Neither the
shit.
leg nor the culprits were ever found.
I like that
And while it
he's
would be
even
nice
got
to
an
think that
edited
this was
photo
some
of the leg.
well-intentioned duo that did this out of the kindness of their hearts to free Floyd, it's much more likely that it was an act of vandalism because Floyd was simply too much of a hot tourist attraction. The following day, Floyd was cast back into the
Bruh,
cave,
what the hell?
back into his box, and it was covered by a metal lid, surrounded by a metal chain, and locked with a padlock. He was now more trapped than he had ever been. This cave had spun fate once again to make sure that its victim would never leave. And so,
Shit.
time passed. Floyd's body would continue to decay. The rot from his body would eventually rot the casket too, and every
Yep.
decade or so, it would need to be replaced.
For
A few years
casket?
later, he was no longer on display. But even then, he remained in that box for many more years.
Yeah. Gotcha.
By 1989, Floyd's cave was purchased by Mammoth Cave National Park, and it was closed to the public. There would be no more visitors. The entrance itself to Floyd's cave was closed with a steel gate and bolted, then welded shut. But the Collins family never gave up objecting to Collins' body being left in the cave. And here is where the story ends. In 1989, at the Collins' request, the National Park Service ventured into Floyd's cave. Continuing on a more than 60-year tradition, a team of people worked over the course of several days to remove him from the cave. They took him out, left the cave, locked it behind them, and laid Floyd to rest at the Mammoth Cave Baptist Church Cemetery.
Damn.
After 64 years in Sand Cave, he is now finally at peace. The end. Thank you to Wendigoon.
Wait, so is it actually real? Wait, is it actually real? Sand cave. Sand cave. Floyd Collins. Oh, it is. Fuck. That is horrible. What the hell? Yeah. How did the rescue team that... Okay. There's one in Reddit. Oh, wait. There's a video of them exploring a cave.
Dang it. This area is locked up. Looks like we gotta find another way in. This might be our way in. Right here.
Brother in Christ. It's the fucking children going in the fucking caves. So that's how it looks like.
Oh, wow, it is hot in here. That lady literally told us the other way into this cave. That was
People see that hole and they're like, wow, I want to go there. Like, what? You go?
not a smart idea, was it?
Probably not. Look at this.
As Floyd.
If you don't let me out, I'm going to hire a gang of hitmen to come to your house and kill your family.
Samito as Homer.
The BTS meal McDonald's
Exactly. Yeah.
bag that has
I'm
McDonald's
hungry.
and BTS. Shut the fuck up and eat some BTS, bro.
Ordinary Things as Miller.
I'm enthusiastic.
Okay. Does he have short videos? No, he doesn't. But I'm gonna watch his shit. Wait, how long is this? This is 13 minutes. Okay, we're just gonna finish this off. I'm gonna clean up my... Well, there's not much to clean, but I guess I'll just, like, clean up the boxes, and then we'll watch for a bit.
Split Rock Reservoir Cave Bear Attack. On the
What's this called? But thank you, Neutral, for sharing that. I was invested in it. Like, what am I hearing? Like, the most savage cave incidents. Oh wow.
20th of December 2015.
Wait, this is 2015?
Christopher Petronino took 3 Boy Scouts hiking in Split Rock Reservoir, New Jersey. He was 50 years old and an experienced scout leader. He wanted to show them a small talus cave he had visited many times before. Just 2 weeks earlier, he had been to the same cave without problems. The cave opening was barely 2 feet wide between massive boulders. Petronino approached and began squeezing through feet first. His waist caught on a protruding edge as he descended. What he didn't know was that a 300-pound black bear was hiding in the darkness. The bear had claimed the cave as winter shelter. Suddenly, something grabbed Petronino's foot with powerful force. He was yanked deeper into the cave by the bear. The bear began attacking, biting his legs and raking claws across his shoulders and head. In absolute darkness, Petronino couldn't see his attacker. Outside, the 3 scouts saw their leader pulled violently into the darkness. They heard terrible sounds and immediately called 911. Inside, Petronino found his rock hammer and swung it at the bear's head. 2 strikes connected, creating a brief pause in the assault. He pulled his sweatshirt over his head and curled into a fetal position against the wall. The scouts placed food near the entrance to lure the bear out and built a signal fire. After 80 minutes trapped in darkness, the bear finally left the cave. Petronino crawled toward the light with torn and bleeding wounds covering his body. A helicopter airlifted him to the hospital.
He's alive,
he had extensive bite marks and lacerations on his head, shoulders, arms, and legs. His injuries were serious but survivable.
Yeah.
Cenote Odyssey Cave Tragedy. On the 23rd of April 2022, a 32-year-old Russian cave diver prepared to explore Cenote Odyssey in Mexico. Cenote Odyssey was a portal into Sistema Oxbel-Ha, one of Earth's longest underwater cave systems, stretching 270 miles. The diver was highly experienced with full cave certification, stage cave certification, and DPV certification. He had trained extensively in these caves and dived Cenote Odyssey many times before. His mission was routine survey work, resurveying existing lines to improve mapping accuracy. He carried 4 aluminum 80 cubic foot tanks filled with 32% nitrox and 2 additional stage tanks. He also had a DPV scooter that could pull him through passages at 150 to 200 feet per minute. At 10 a.m. Saturday morning, he descended into the cenote alone. The sunlight faded as he moved deeper into absolute darkness.
Is it like these type of caves?
Evening. Neighbors near the cenote noticed
Doesn't he
his
get stuck in
vehicle
the
and
crevice?
dive equipment
Yeah,
stood
that's
there
what I was
with no
thinking.
diver surfaced.
Like,
after 8,
what
9,
about the
10
equipment?
hours underwater,
Like,
something was
when they
clearly
do
wrong. Local
cave
divers were
diving,
contacted
like
and a search
underwater,
team was organized.
most of the
At
time the
2:57 a.m.
tanks
Sunday morning,
become
nearly
a
17
problem,
hours after he
which
descended,
causes
the
the
first
death.
search team entered the water. They found him 700 feet from the entrance, 7 minutes of scooter time
Twice.
away. He was face down in
In
the water
caves
with his
like
helmet
this?
and
Oh my
mask still
God,
on.
you're
Both of his
crazy.
primary side-mounted tanks were attached with valves fully open. Both tanks read completely empty. His first stage tank was clipped to the guideline, valve open, tank empty. His second stage tank was also clipped to the guideline with the valve closed. When the search team checked the pressure gauge, it read 170 bar, 2,465 psi. The tank was full with approximately 40 cubic feet of breathable gas, more than enough to reach the surface and survive. His DPV scooter was clipped to the line and functioning normally. Everything he needed to survive was within arm's reach. The recovery team brought his body to the surface at 1:30 p.m. Sunday, 27 and a half hours after he entered. They examined every piece of equipment and found nothing wrong. No mechanical failures, no equipment malfunctions.
Yeah.
The closed valve on the full tank haunted investigators. One turn of the wrist could
I
have
don't know about
opened it
that
and
one.
saved his life. Agua Caliente Cave Tragedy. On 31st December 1990, Kevin Sears and his friend explored Agua Caliente Cave in Arizona. Kevin was 21 years old with several caves already explored. They wore jeans, short-sleeve shirts, and tennis shoes with only flashlights and 50 feet of rope. Neither wore helmets. At 11 a.m., they entered through the narrow upper entrance. They planned to complete the cave's loop in the clockwise direction. 8 minutes later, they reached the loop pit, a 40-foot vertical shaft. They descended hand over hand without proper rappelling gear. By 1 p.m., they reached the white sand room but couldn't find the familiar passage. At 1:30 p.m., they turned back, their flashlights growing dimmer. Finally, they recognized the loop pit. Kevin gripped the rope and began climbing. Near the top, he encountered flowstone,
Not saying I'm
mineral deposit. His
I'm
tennis
looking
shoes slipped on
for,
the slick
but
surface
I'm sure
and he
there
fell,
is
crashing onto the cave floor.
an
After
existing
catching his
one.
breath, he climbed again. Again, his feet slipped on the flowstone. This time, he landed awkwardly with searing pain through his leg and hip. He couldn't stand and appeared to have fractured his femur and pelvis. His friend left to
Oh
get
my
help, reaching a
God.
phone at 3 p.m. The Southern Arizona Rescue Association was notified at 7 p.m. Rescuers found Kevin conscious in complete darkness after his flashlight died. They secured him to a backboard and rigged 4 hauling systems. At 11:15 p.m., nearly 12 hours after entering, Kevin was hauled up through the
I'm
loop
looking
pit.
for the
He
other
emerged at
build
2
kits,
a.m.
I'm
on New Year's
sorry.
Day
And I'm
was
also
airlifted
cleaning
to
up
the
my
hospital.
desk.
Doctors discovered no bones were actually broken despite the excruciating pain. Kevin only had bruises and abrasions after falling twice in the dark cave.
What's
Lost
up?
in the dark. On April 12,
Yeah.
2016, Dimitar was a 41-year-old man who lived in Chepelare, a small village in Bulgaria. He was born with mental disabilities and possessed a childlike wonder about the world around him. He lived with his devoted grandmother and loved exploring interesting places around the village. For weeks, Dimitar had been curious about a cave entrance he noticed near his hometown called Ushka Cave. One April morning, he decided to explore it. He grabbed a small flashlight and set off to satisfy his curiosity about what lay beyond that mysterious entrance. Ushka Cave welcomed him with a horizontal passage that seemed easy to navigate. The cave was completely dry and 466 feet long, appearing to be nothing more than a simple tunnel through the limestone. Dimitar's small frame allowed him to move through the narrower sections with ease. The initial passages were straightforward enough, and Dimitar felt confident as he explored the main tunnel. As he ventured further into the cave system, he encountered several side passages that branched off from the main tunnel. These smaller passages intrigued him, and he began exploring them one by one. He crawled through increasingly tight spaces with the determination of someone driven by pure curiosity. Each side passage seemed to lead to another, creating a maze-like network that gradually drew him
This
deeper
is why
into
I
the
avoid
cave's interior.
caving
Dimitar tried to
as a
retrace his
whole.
route back to the entrance, but the cave's layout became confusing in reverse. Multiple passages looked similar, and without any system for marking his route, he began to second-guess which tunnel would lead him back to daylight. He spent precious time crawling back and forth between passages that all began to look the same. As he struggled through the narrow spaces, he somehow lost his jacket and left it behind in his confused state. Each wrong turn deepened his confusion and used up more of his flashlight's battery power. As hours passed, Dimitar's small flashlight began to dim. When the flashlight finally died, Dimitar found himself engulfed in a darkness more complete than anything he had ever experienced. He couldn't even see his own hands in
claustrophobic.
front of his
I
face.
cannot
Unable to navigate
survive
in the
through.
pitch-black conditions and exhausted from his frantic attempts to find the exit, he crawled into one of the narrow side passages. In that cramped space, about 82 feet from the cave entrance, but impossibly lost in the darkness, Dimitar curled up in what seemed like a comfortable position. Perhaps he believed that someone would come looking for him, or that he could wait for daylight to somehow find its way into the cave. But what Dimitar couldn't comprehend was how quickly the cave's environment would affect his body. The constant temperature deep underground was significantly cooler than the warm April air outside. Without proper
either
clothing or any
really
source of
cold
heat, his body began losing its
or
core temperature. Combined with exhaustion from
know.
his ordeal, hypothermia began to set in
Really
as he lay in
hot.
his makeshift resting place.
Either
He
way,
kept waiting
not a
for
good
someone
place
come
to
get him.
be.
Outside the cave, as hours turned
And
to
not a
days,
good place to be
Dimitar's
stuck
grandmother
in.
began to worry. When he failed to return home that first evening, she assumed he had found something particularly interesting. But as the second day passed without any sign of him, her concern turned to alarm. The small village erupted into chaos as word spread that Dimitar was missing.
hypothermia.
Neighbors organized search parties, combing the surrounding countryside and checking every location where he was known to spend time. Local authorities were contacted, and a wider search began. Police officers
Yeah, I
interviewed
think
villagers,
mostly
trying
in
to piece
caves
together
can
his
be
last
really
known
cold.
movements. The search
Depends on
expanded to include
where
nearby
it's
fields,
located.
forests, and abandoned buildings, but no trace of him could be found. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Meanwhile, deep in the darkness of Ushka Cave, Dimitar lay motionless in the narrow side passage where he had sought refuge. The cave's dry environment had begun the slow process of preserving his remains. 5 months passed before police received crucial information that Dimitar had expressed interest in visiting the local cave. This breakthrough finally gave searchers a specific location to investigate. Fire safety and civil protection teams conducted an initial initial search on September 14th, 2016. When they found his jacket and flashlight inside the passages but couldn't reach the deeper sections, the Bulgarian cave rescue team was called in. On September 15th,
Yeah, I like the cold too, but like
two
not
experienced cave
hypothermia
rescuers
cold.
squeezed through the narrow passages of Ushka Cave. At 3:30 p.m., they discovered his remains in the side passage where he had curled up to rest.
Oh,
His
God.
body was positioned exactly as he had settled down on that fateful April day when his adventure had turned into a tragedy. The advanced state of decomposition after 5 months in the cave made the recovery operation extremely challenging. At 6 p.m. out, the cave rescue team returned to the depths, now equipped with protective masks and gloves. Working in the cramped, suffocating confines of the narrow passage, the rescuers had to first dig out the cave floor to create enough space. Two rescuers carefully placed a specialized sling around Dimitar's body and began the painstaking process of sliding him out of the tight squeeze. After hours of methodical work, Dimitar's remains were finally brought to the surface at 8:05 p.m. The investigation revealed that
The way
Dimitar
that they
had
have
died
to like
from
take those
hypothermia
bodies
and
out
exhaustion.
too
He was trapped,
can
not by
be
the cave's
very,
physical
very
constraints, but by the
dangerous.
impenetrable darkness that followed his flashlight's failure. His innocent exploration had turned deadly when proper preparation and safety measures were absent. Big 4 Ice Caves incident. On 31st
no.
July 2010, the Tam
Some of these are
family
very
set out for
recent.
a
I feel like
perfect
it's
day in the
just like a
wilderness.
couple
They were
years
visiting
back.
the Big 4 Ice
2010
Caves in
is
Snohomish
like
County,
15 years
Washington.
ago.
Grace Tam was
16
an
years
11-year-old
ago,
girl
but
with
it
a
still
sweet
feels
nature
like it
and
was
bright intelligence. She
like,
walked
oh, that
eagerly
was
with her
like
parents
that
up
was
the
like 2 years
1-mile
ago.
hiking trail. The Big 4 Ice Caves were one of Washington State's most popular destinations. Thousands of families visited each year to see the spectacular ice formations. When they arrived, the massive walls of blue-white ice were breathtaking. Large yellow warning signs were posted everywhere. The signs clearly stated that visitors should not enter the ice caves. The ice formations were incredibly dangerous and constantly shifting. The Tam family was responsible and heeded the warnings. They settled on a rock formation about 15 feet from the cave entrance.
Huh?
This seemed like a safe distance. Grace sat contentedly between her parents enjoying their picnic
Every
lunch.
time,
Her
every
eyes were
time
wide
I-
with wonder at the frozen spectacle. What they
Huh?
didn't know was that danger lurked above them. High above the cave entrance, an enormous chunk of ice was ready to fall. It was roughly the size of a pickup truck and weighed several
84
tons. Without any
years.
warning sound, the massive ice formation suddenly broke free. It plummeted directly toward where Grace sat with her parents. Grace had no time to react or escape. The sound of impact was tremendous. Grace disappeared beneath tons of falling ice. Her parents were
Alright.
sitting just inches away. Complete strangers visiting the caves
I hate it.
immediately rushed to help.
It's
They
like
began
one of my
performing
vocal
CPR
steams
on
now.
Grace desperately. Some
Oh,
visitors ran
shit.
back down the trail for
Alright.
help. Cell phone service didn't work at the caves. They had to drive 7 more miles to call emergency services. Professional rescue workers had to carry equipment up the mile-long hiking trail. 2 hours and 20 minutes passed before rescuers arrived. Despite everyone's heroic efforts, it was too late. Grace
Yep,
Tam
he's
succumbed to her
gone.
crushing pelvic injuries. Her small body could not withstand the tons of ice that fell on her. The 11-year-old girl who began the day with excitement was gone. Howe Caverns incident.
Wait,
On
she's
the 24th
11?
of April,
I missed
1930,
that
a massive
information.
explosion shook the
1930.
hills of New York. It was 5
Okay.
o'clock in the morning.
This
Workers
one
at the
is
North American
long
Cement
ago.
Company quarry detonated 7.5 tons of dynamite. The blast was so powerful it could
Oh,
be heard
right,
for miles.
Pikachu is a rat, I
Shockwaves spread through the
forgot.
bedrock, creating
Bulbasaur's
hairline
supposed
cracks
to
in
be
the
like a
limestone.
frog,
These cracks reached
right?
down toward Howe Caverns below. The quarry workers had no idea what they had unleashed. Poisonous gases trapped in the rock for thousands of years began seeping through the cracks.
Oh,
Carbon
shit.
monoxide
A
and
rat.
hydrogen sulfide flowed into the cave system. Owen Wallace, a 27-year-old chief electrician, arrived at Howe Caverns for work. John Sagendorf, a 45-year-old company secretary, came with him. The two men entered the elevator and descended into the cave. They had no idea deadly gases were filling the passages below. Wallace and Sagendorf began a routine maintenance work near the
Now,
Bell of
I-
Moscow
I
formation.
think
Wallace
I
worked
need,
on
like, a
electrical
cabinet
connections
for-
while Sagendorf checked safety barriers.
I
Neither
need
man
a
noticed the
cabinet
invisible poison
for
building around them. The
bees,
first symptoms
'cause,
were
like,
barely
now,
noticeable. Slight shortness of
one
breath
of my
and
hobbies
mild
now
dizziness.
is,
But
like,
the gases
build
were attacking their
kits.
bodies. Their vision blurred
I get
and
hobbies,
coordination
like,
failed.
every month.
Both men collapsed in the depths of the
This
cavern.
and
The invisible
figures?
poison had taken their
Goddamn,
lives. On the
why
surface,
does
a 25-year-old
having a
cave guide grew
hobby
worried. The two men should have returned by now.
become
He
so
decided to go
expensive?
down
I
and look for
think
them.
he
The
is,
guy discovered
like,
their
partly a
collapsed
frog.
bodies near the Bell of Moscow formation. Then he
There's
realized something
I did
terrifying. He
even
was
decide
experiencing
of
the
like
same
maybe I
symptoms,
should also
dizziness,
try
difficult
doing
breathing,
puzzles.
and growing weakness. He abandoned any hope of helping them and ran for his life.
Imagine
Fighting
if
the poison,
there's
he
a-
stumbled toward the
there's
elevator.
Pokemon.
Each step was a battle to stay conscious. He collapsed the moment he reached the
That'd be
surface.
so good.
People rushed him to a hospital in Albany.
Didn't they
He
find
barely
Onyx
survived the gas
in a
poisoning.
cave or
Rescue
something?
teams with oxygen equipment retrieved Wallace and Sagendorf's bodies later that morning. Medical examination
What do you mean? These
confirmed
are
both
like
men died from poisonous gases caused
these
by
are
the quarry
like
blast.
these are like $6.
Bat Colon Cave incident. On June 15th, 2002, 26-year-old Mark
Let's
Orr
end
and
my
3
stream in
friends had
3
traveled to explore Bat
hours,
Colon
30
Cave in
minutes.
Florida. All 4
Yeesh.
divers were certified open water divers with basic
Yeah,
scuba
but
training.
I
The group
guess
had basic
this is
scuba
why I
gear,
need
but
a
not
job.
cave diving equipment like redundant air systems.
If not, I'm gonna
They brought one rope to use as a guideline to follow back to the entrance. The water at the cave entrance was impossibly clear. They descended
I
into
have
the
a
water,
hobby
and
to
the first
fund.
few minutes were magical. The cave opened into a large chamber with stunning rock formations. But as they moved deeper, the passages became narrower and natural light faded to black. They were now completely
you know what?
dependent on their flashlights.
I'm gonna pause it a little bit.
Then disaster.
Even show your hands. I do a little, but like, there's nothing special with my hands. My hands are like baby hands, so that's why I don't show them. But feet, well, they're not much. They're like baby feet too. But whatever, you know. Some people like that. Shut your mouth. You know what? You know who to blame for all these like figures and whatever? It's my dad. I got this from my dad. He used to have like figures of cars before, gave it to me, and I did like I should have kept it, but I was young. Gave it to me and my brother. Played with it. They're figures. I'm pretty sure they're like very expensive. He's got like, he even got Punisher. I remember he's got Punisher. He's got a Punisher figure. I told you he's got Nemesis, right? A Nemesis figure that scared me for throughout my childhood because it was in the living room. But yeah, I got all these from him. It's his fault. I love that my dad's a nerd too. But maybe, you know, he will be interested in building shit. Maybe when they retire, I'm gonna reintroduce him to, like, look, these are build kits, Dad. I bet you like this, Dad. You like building stuff, right?
When one diver accidentally kicked the cave.
And by the time I hope I can
silt
fund it for
exploded
him.
Upward like an underwater dust storm. Within seconds, the crystal clear water turned into a brown soup. Visibility dropped to zero where Mark couldn't see his hand in front of his face. Panic set in immediately as Mark couldn't see his fellow divers or the guideline. Mark
It's
reached
better
out
when
blindly
I
trying to find
have
rope
the
or his diving
V-bridger.
partners. His hands found only rock walls and water. As panic increased, his air consumption skyrocketed as panic drove his breathing rate higher and higher. In
It's
panic
better
conditions,
when
a
it's
tank could be empty
V-bridger.
in just
I
15
can make it
minutes.
easier.
Mark's hands scraped against limestone walls as he searched desperately for the way out. Then Mark remembered passing through a large chamber with an air pocket earlier. With his air gauge approaching zero, Mark made a desperate gamble. He stopped swimming horizontally and instead kicked upward, hoping to find that air pocket. His head broke the surface just as his regulator delivered its last breath of air.
Because the camera
Mark
that I'm using
gasped
now
in
is my
cave air
phone.
with his heart pounding hard. He was alive, but his
Also,
situation was
Chad, you
still
like my
desperate in the
nails?
darkness. He was in an air
So
pocket
dainty,
roughly
so
10
girly.
feet wide with a small ledge above water. Mark hauled himself onto the ledge. Now came the worst part, the waiting in absolute darkness. Mark had no idea if his fellow divers had made it out safely. He was alone deep inside an underwater
very
cave
pointy.
with no air supply.
You should see my
Exhausted from the
friends.
ordeal, Mark fell asleep
My
bleeding on the
friend's
cold
nails.
ledge. Above ground, Mark's
It's
diving partners
long
had
and
managed to
pointy.
escape the cave. They emerged panicked,
Like,
realizing
if-
Mark
if
was still
she, like,
missing, and
does this
immediately
to
called for
you,
help.
you're gonna-
Scott Hunsucker, a certified cave diving
Stabbed.
instructor, received the call about the missing diver. 6 hours after Mark entered
yeah,
the cave,
she's got
Hunsucker
talent.
descended into the water. He navigated the cave system with
I
expertise.
forgot what it's called.
He carried redundant air systems, multiple
but-
powerful lights, and proper guidelines.
'Cause the one that
When
I
Hunsucker
have
reached the large
is,
chamber with the air pocket, he surfaced cautiously.
diamond
There
shape.
was Mark Orr, alive.
Hers
leaning on a
are
ledge in his
like,
dive gear. Hunsucker gave Mark
claw
a
shape.
spare regulator connected to his redundant air system. Using proper
She
cave
might
diving
just be.
techniques and following a guideline, Hunsucker led Mark
I'm
out.
telling-
Low
I'm
Berkowitz
telling
cave
her.
incident. In 2005, an experienced cave diver entered a remote British cave system to continue exploration work. The exploration had been abandoned 30 years earlier by other divers. Low Berkowitz Cave is located in the Yorkshire Dales of England.
Now I
The
got
cave had been partially
these.
explored back in the
Ooh,
1970s. Colin
these.
Pryor was an
And I
experienced
think
cave
I'm just
diver
going to
qualified
like
to take on this
use it
challenge.
for my
He
junk
understood the
journal.
unique dangers of exploring flooded underground passages.
I don't know.
The sections of Low Berkowitz that Pryor was diving were low, narrow passages filled with fine silt. In the 1970s, the original divers laid guideline through the passages they explored. When
Bro,
those
I
divers
need-
finished,
no,
they
I
didn't
was gonna
remove
say, bro,
all
I
their
need another
guidelines from
hobby.
the cave.
No,
Over 30 years, this old line had
Well,
deteriorated and become loose. It was now floating freely in
Imagine
the flooded
everything.
passages.
This
Pryor
guy
entered
right
the water
here.
and began his dive. He was laying his own guidelines
He's
as he
talking
went
smack.
deeper into the system. He navigated through the tight passages, carefully avoiding stirring up fine silt. As Pryor pushed deeper, he began encountering the old guideline from the 1970s explorations. At first, this wasn't alarming as it confirmed he was following the original route, but Pryor didn't realize how degraded and dangerous this old line had become. Instead of being secure and attached, it had become loose and floating everywhere. As Pryor continued deeper, he encountered more and more of this deteriorated line. It was draped across the route, hanging from the ceiling, and coiled on the floor. In the confined space, it was almost impossible to
I
avoid
forgot I
contact
have
with
these
the old
too.
line. As he maneuvered through a
I have
tight
like
section, the old
dumb
guideline wrapped around his
sketches or like
equipment. In the limited
oil
visibility,
pastel
Pryor didn't notice it at first, but as he moved forward, the
art that I
entanglement
do.
got worse with every movement. The old line wrapped around more of his equipment,
Banana
creating
hour.
complex
I don't know why I
tangles.
thought of
Pryor
that.
realized he was
but
caught and
this was
immediately
like in the
stopped moving
midnight.
to assess his situation. In cave diving,
Oh, is that-
entanglement is one of the
banana
most
hour.
feared hazards. Pryor reached for his knife to cut away the old guideline wrapped around him, but the old line
I don't know
wasn't
what the
just
fuck that
wrapped
means.
around one piece of equipment. It was tangled around multiple points on his body and
uh,
gear, creating a complex web.
I don't
Every
know,
time
just playing
Pryor cut
around
away
with it.
one section, he discovered
And
more
then
tangles elsewhere. Pryor
a
realized
lemon
he
with
was
a
in
foot,
serious
a lemon
trouble
with
the entanglement
legs.
more complex than he thought. His air supply was running lower than it should be for his position. The silt was
And a
stirring up from all
mushroom.
his movement, reducing visibility to zero. As his air supply continued to drop, Pryor made increasingly
Oh
desperate
Lord, he
decisions.
coming.
The final
Yeah.
minutes of Colin Pryor's
And
life
then
would have
some
been
lavender.
absolutely terrifying. He knew his air was
'Cause
running out, and he was
this
still
is
trapped.
not.
He knew that time had run out
But
for any
this
chance
does
of
not look
reaching
good.
safety. As his
I
air
don't love
supply
it.
finally ran out completely, Pryor took his
Some-
last breaths. Colin Pryor
some
drowned in that
lavender,
low, silty passage in Low
because,
Cave. Whiting's Neck Cave
because
incident
my
on November
friend,
17th,
yeah, my
1979.
favorite
Four
scent,
experienced
and my
spelunkers from the
friend
Baltimore Grotto arrived at the Whiting's Neck
bought
Cave. Whiting's
actual
Neck Cave sits
lavender
in the Panhandle area
for
of West
like
Virginia.
a shoot
By
that we did.
1979, it had earned a reputation as an easy,
Lavender definitely
beginner-friendly
one of my
cave system.
favorite
Richard
scents
Trayer, George
for
Nichols,
like
Mike
at
Rurs,
home.
and Steve Jensen
Like at home,
were
I
all
would like
seasoned cave explorers.
put
They
like
had brought along
lavender for
4
scent.
novices getting their first real caving experience. The group entered through the back entrance and made their way to the
But
main
for
feature.
a
The main
scent
feature
for
was a
myself,
45-foot
I like
inclined
fruity
drop
stuff.
that required proper
Because I'm
rope work
fruity.
to descend safely. The Baltimore
I like
Grotto
I like
members
fruit
rigged a hand line on the left side of the drop.
flavor
All 8
smell.
members of their group went
Or
down
milk
without incident.
smell. I
Then
like
a
to
second
smell
group
like
arrived at the top of the drop and things started
edible.
going
I
wrong.
want to
This
smell
second group was
edible.
led by someone described as a military
I don't know if that
cave
means
personality.
anything.
He seemed
but-
knowledgeable
Oh, there's
and
clouds
projected
too.
confidence,
Damn.
convincing about 15
What else did I fucking
teenagers to
draw?
follow him. Of these 15
Oh,
young
these are
people,
like
2 were deaf, having
experiments and
communication
shit.
difficulties. The leader of the second group looked at the Baltimore Grotto's handline and rejected it. Instead of using the safe setup, he rigged his own line right in the middle. He placed it directly over a 10-foot section of completely
My
free
perfume
vertical
right
drop.
now
The Baltimore Grotto
smells,
members offered to let the second group use their handline twice.
smells
But
like
the military-type
vanilla.
leader
It was a
refused
gift.
both times,
I'm not a
convinced his
huge
way
fan
was
of
better. Then
vanilla.
members of the second group started body
Smells.
rappelling down the poorly positioned rope. Steve Jensen and others watched
The
in horror
KFC
as the
scented
group had no
candle.
idea what they were doing. Jensen yelled for Richard Trayer because someone was going to get seriously hurt
Please,
or
no,
killed.
please
In the
don't
next
eat
few
me.
minutes, the situation went from bad
Bro,
to
I don't have
catastrophic.
scented
One
candle.
deaf
Oh,
girl fell
right.
20 feet
I
down
did-
the drop, tumbling
I
and
did
bouncing off the
show
rock face.
these before,
Miraculously, she wasn't
but
seriously
supposedly
injured.
for
Before
the
anyone
top
could
3
respond,
donuts
another person
before,
fell, dropping 10 feet before
I
hitting
made
the
like
slope. Again, through luck, there
candles,
were no
but
serious
since I
injuries.
can't
2
send
other
it
members
off,
had made it partway down before becoming completely stranded.
I
They had
used.
descended to
I
a
mean,
point where they couldn't continue down or climb
these
back
are
up.
extras,
Terrified
but I
and unable to
use
move,
like
the Baltimore Grotto members watched this
I made
disaster
these
with horror
candles,
and
and they're
anger. The
scented. They
military-type
still
leader
smell
had
really good.
refused help and was now responsible for multiple falls. There were
They
still
smell
more
like
people from his group
eggnogs.
waiting at the top to
I don't know if
attempt
you guys
descent.
like the
Someone
smell of
was going to
eggnogs,
die
but a
if
little
they
bit.
didn't
It's a
intervene
little
immediately and
cinnamony.
forcefully. Steve Jensen and his
Jeez, my
companions
candle.
confronted the leader.
No, it's okay. I
They gave
have
him
a
direct
lot.
order.
Actually,
Leave
I have
the cave
not.
now and take
I
your
have
group
like a
with
lot
you.
of
It
spare.
wasn't a suggestion, but a command. But first, they had to deal with the 2 people stranded on the rope. The
I can make
Baltimore
you
Grotto
one. I
members
can make you a
organized
fresh
proper
one.
rescue operation. This was
It's
exhausting,
milky
dangerous work,
cinnamon
pulling them up the steep, irregular
smell.
slope. Through careful coordination and
Mm.
significant effort, they got both
Mm.
people back to the top. Once everyone
I
was
like
accounted for and immediate danger was
Imagine I
resolved,
show this
the
here and there's a bite
inexperienced
mark.
group and their overconfident leader were done for the day. They were exiting the cave immediately.
And
with
then I
no
say I
more
was
rope
just
work or
hungry.
exploration. Langstroth Pot Cave Incident. On
The
May 2nd,
breakfast sounding one.
1976, 6 members of the Newcastle University
Fine.
Caving Club went to explore
Fine,
Langstroth
fine,
Pot
fine.
Cave. The cave
These
was
are not
located in
emergency
Yorkshire
food.
Dales and was known for its vertical drops and
I'm so
underwater
happy.
passages. The
I'm
six
gonna put
friends were
these
Martin
on my desk
Blackburn,
for now.
Brian
See, I don't
Fox,
have space
Donald
for my
Southern,
keyboard
and 3
anymore.
others. They had been caving together for months and trusted each other completely. In 1976, cave
this
diving
is, like,
equipment was not widely
how
available
how
to
it
most
looks
explorers.
right now.
Free
I
diving
have,
through
like,
short underwater
I have
passages was
your
considered
right
normal
there.
practice.
I
The
have
technique was
free run
simple.
right
Take a a deep breath,
Not
swim
like this
underwater
figure
through the
for
passage, and
drawing.
surface in the next chamber. The group entered Langstroth Pot in good spirits on the clear morning. They moved through the cave chambers carefully,
Wait,
checking their
really?
equipment regularly. Water levels were normal, and conditions
Fine.
seemed perfect for their planned route. As they
There's
went
one
deeper,
that I
they
bought,
encountered vertical drops and narrow passages.
from
Each
Lush.
obstacle was tackled with careful
It's,
precision as a team. Hours passed as they navigated the complex cave system underground. Finally,
Wait,
they
hold
reached an
on. Oh, I don't
underwater
have it. My
passage
brother
called
got it.
a sump. It looked no different from other underwater tunnels they had
It's a
successfully
super milk,
crossed before.
and it
Water
actually
flowed
makes
through
you
a
smell like
submerged
your
tunnel,
milk.
and they could see an air pocket on the other side. The
Milk.
plan was simple and routine
Like,
for
you can
experienced
get-
cavers like them.
you- like,
the
they
first
can
three
eat-
cavers
they
would
can
swim
drink
through the
you,
sump
like,
and surface in the chamber beyond.
I
Martin
don't know
Blackburn
why I
went
did
first,
that
taking several
sound,
deep
but
breaths to prepare.
yeah.
He disappeared beneath the dark water. with
Whatever.
confidence. Brian Fox followed next using the same preparation routine. Donald Southern went last of the first group. All
Sorry.
three emerged in what
But
appeared to
yeah.
be a perfect air pocket chamber. The chamber seemed like salvation, a place to rest and breathe after the swim. From the perspective of the three waiting
smells
cavers,
really
everything
sweet.
appeared normal. Their friends had made the dive and presumably surfaced safely. There were no sounds of
It's like
distress or indication anything was wrong. But what the
drunk.
cavers didn't know was that the air in the chamber was poisoned. The chamber contained bad air where oxygen had been replaced with carbon
Sorry.
dioxide. The atmosphere looked, smelled, and felt exactly like normal air. There was no warning or obvious sign of danger. Bad air can develop when organic matter uses up oxygen and produces carbon.
You can search super milk, and I use it for my hair. This is why I can't do ASMR, because I'll bullshit it. Like, what can I do for ASMR? Something like that. Or like, wait, what was it? Drinking? Drinking? Be like this. I can't. We'll see. We'll see if I train myself enough, or maybe there's a different channel for that. Because I don't think in my brain, like Brie is who I am in person. If we're close, if I'm comfortable. So if I'm gonna do an ASMR, I feel like that's not me. So I'll probably do it in a different persona, which I think I've told Chim about it, or like some of my other friends. Like if I was gonna do it, I won't tell you guys, but if you find me, then shh, be quiet. Get a can or bottle, or maybe I'll share it. Hey, you got games on your phone? I'll probably do bullshit ASMR regardless.
Dioxide. Poor air circulation allows dangerous gases to build up
Oh,
over
super
time.
milk
When
is
Martin,
from Lush,
Brian, and
if you're
Donald
familiar with
surfaced, they were
Lush.
breathing poison. The gas was invisible, odorless, and absolutely deadly. With each breath, they
It
took in
has
less
a
oxygen and more
perfume. It
carbon
has a
dioxide.
hair
The effects of
conditioner.
bad air are
I bought
quiet
the
and
hair
deceptive,
conditioner.
unlike violent drowning. The victims might feel dizzy or
Wait,
confused
really?
at first.
Yeah,
Their thinking
Lush.
becomes clouded and physical coordination gets worse. Then,
I
without
used
warning,
to
consciousness
want to
simply
get like
fades
their
away. The
bath
three young men
bombs.
had no idea what was happening to them. One moment they were planning their next move through the cave. The next moment their vision blurred
But
and their limbs became heavy.
I don't
One by
know.
one, Martin, Brian, and Donald
really
lost
felt like
consciousness. They
it-
slipped
it
silently
was-
beneath the water in the poisoned chamber. They
it
didn't
was
drown in the
expensive
traditional sense,
for,
but
like,
were poisoned by the air.
you
Back at the
know,
sump
like,
entrance, the
I just
remaining
wanna
three
take a
waited
bath.
for their friends. As minutes turned to hours,
Why do I have to
concern
put
grew among the
something
waiting cavers. They
$10
called
for
out but
one
got no
bath?
response except the sound of flowing water.
Is it
Eventually, they made
$10
the
or
difficult
something like
decision to
that?
exit and seek help. When rescue teams entered with proper breathing equipment, they
Alright,
made
I'll
a
send you a
shocking
link.
discovery. The three missing cavers were found floating peacefully in the air pocket chamber. They weren't trapped by rocks or
Okay, before I go, I don't think we can finish this, but if you guys want to finish the video, I'll send it over right here. Every bath, like the bath bomb, too expensive. But let me show you super milk. Super milk. Yeah, it's per bath bomb. Not necessarily like it's not a pack. I think there was a pack and it was like I think that was like $350 for a pack. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm expensive, but I'm not that expensive. Like, sure, I buy these for like $6, maybe like 5 of them, but I'm not gonna buy one piece. Here, I'll send it. Also, final showcase before I go. We've done our builds. We've got shit. We got Evie. Her head moves. I think she's adjustable. And I have another face for her. She has a face where the eyes are open. Their eyes are open. But I'm not gonna move her much because she's a little fragile right now. I don't know why. And then the next one I built was Kirby. Kirby was the easiest one. He had the least pieces. But hold on, I want to show you the inside. I'm sorry, I'm gonna deconstruct Kirby again. Poyo. 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 Hold on. Let me open you up, Kirby. I'm sorry, that's not good to say, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna deconstruct you, pup. Yeah. Yeah. Cracking him like an egg. Okay, I just want to say this was so unnecessary, but also I appreciate I guess, the thought that went through this. This is his inside. This is not gonna show up, but you can definitely see there's food in there. There's onigiri, then there's like candies, and then there's an apple right there. And this is hidden, by the way. Like they didn't have to do that. But when I was building it, and like what? It's showing shit. And I don't know. I don't know. I really appreciated that. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. I like that they put that, even though you know what, you're not gonna see it in the long run, but they still showed it regardless. I like that. And the fact that also, by the way, I just gotta tell you, I'm really proud that I was able to find this Kirby. Kirby is one of the rarest build kits, like hobby kits I've seen from Bandai. One, because I don't think I've seen this in the website at all. Two, hi Spy. The jelly filled donut, yeah. Did you know that I found this at this store and it seemed like the person who put it was trying to hide it because they hid it under a bunch of Pokemon build kits. But unlucky for them, I was there. I was like rummaging through every build kits because I was trying to see which one to get. I found Kirby. I found Curb. I found Kerbo. He's, I don't know, he's just so rare. And then we got Fuecoco. Fuecoco is definitely a fun one to build. He's got a lot of crevices. Yeah, that's what they did. They're like, where the fuck is Kirby? This is Fuecoco. He is so cute. And he's got a lot of crevices, but it was fun putting in the stickers for him. Yeah, very rare. And then this is like I like when you get inserts like this, the small inserts. And then Fuwakusi. I'm sorry, Fuwakusi. Oh no, no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. You'll forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Now of course, we got Chim right here. Oh shit! All right. Here is a Pikachu. I think he's also pretty easy to build. And uh his legs are all intact already except for this one right here on the back. I don't know why they didn't include that. But here is a face. This is how Jim looks like daily. Believe me, I've seen it, but this is how it looks like. If you guys are wondering, this is what my mod looks like. And then he looks like this. If you want photos, I can send you. Pay me $2. It's okay. I need to fund my hobbies. And you can also, sorry, I removed your tail, but you can just pop it back in, and then you can just do it. You can move it around, unlike the others. It's really nice. I like that. I can like put it like this. But oh, he's a little aggressive right now. Or like, oh, he's a little sad. Like if I put it, oh, he's sad. Oh no, he's angry. Yeah, I'm putting you guys on my desk. Yeah, it's a plug type tail. It's like my tail. And then this one, Slowpoke, is like something that I did off stream. This guy is pretty easy to do too. He's got like a few parts. Like it didn't take much. Oh. I mean my tail, well, yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna make it worse, so I'm not gonna try. But this is Slowpoke. See, he's got the fucking lip fillers. Holy shit! Like these two parts are like, yeah, these are like different parts of each of its own. So this is different. This is different. Yeah, because like it's like a plug. Like by the end of my other tail, like you plug me into the sockets. You know. That's what I'm talking about. And then he's got the tiny feet, tiny feet. Those are parts too. Tiny feet, tiny feet. But then the fucking lip fillers. There you go. He's so derpy, yeah. And then last but not the least is Bulbasaur. This was so fun to build. All of these are parts too. It's not stickers. I thought it's gonna be like stickers, but these are actual parts that you just pop in. Here too, and here too on his there's a wagging tail of Brie emote one day. Would you guys be fine even though my tail is very thin? It's not fluffy. But I was thinking of making like, you know, a fluffy version of my tail. People are asking me now on YouTube how they're confused about what. There was like a comment in YouTube. There's like, you have an elf ear, you have a cat ear, you have a horn. Now I'm actually confused at what I'm looking at. And I don't know how to tell them that I'm a microwave too. Cause I might send them into a spiral. I might send them into a spiral. Wait, there's a aw. Tail like a whip, that's true. Wait. Now you gave me an idea. Okay. Whip tail. Alright. Oh, pat! Oh, pat! Oh, except this one. This one's a sticker. You're just doing this. Yeah, thanks for the idea. I definitely take that into account. For sure. Yeah. It's right here now. It's in my noggin. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I don't know where to keep all of these now. I guess I'll think about it. I don't really have a space to uh buy a cabinet for these figures. And there's not a lot yet. For now, the desk. They would go here. So for my keyboard, who needs a keyboard? Like fuck that. So whenever you guys ask like why I'm moving pretty, like, not much on my mouse. No, no, no. What, the cabinet? You know what? I'd put the cabinet on throne, but at the same time, I'm worried because I don't really have a space for it. Floopy or not, true, valid and true. Yeah, I'll think about it. You know what I'll put in throne? The build kits. Fucking $6, man. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah, baby. Don't worry if you guys are worried. I'm still not using my I'm still putting uh my Twitch payouts on the stream and not on these. Unless this becomes a series on my stream, then we can maybe a whole other build stream. What build stream? I'm scared. I'm, I'm terrified. What are you talking about? I did want a Lego building some manners. Oh hell nah. That's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna take a long ass time. Helicopter using a tail, like Nico from League of Legends. Helicopter, helicopter. I've not heard that meme in so long. Okay, I'm taking notes. So the emotes that I am currently like pending people have requested is the comfy emote because I'm probably the only VTuber without a comfy emote. Helicopter tail and a tail whip and a tail emote. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, also, what's it called? Hold on. Sounds good. Yeah. If you guys, um, if you guys want more of these like build kits, do let me know because, I definitely am. I'm definitely am interested. And if you guys want to watch, I don't know. Even though you don't, I'm still gonna do it. But I'll probably buy more. Oh yeah, I am. Don't worry about it. I should start doing that. It is. It's cold there, bro. Like, come on. Oh, if you guys are wondering, I'm not affiliated with them, but this is my favorite. Not because it's blue, but not because it's blue, but maybe part of it is. Smells good. Not sponsored, by the way. I don't have that too. I need that. I need that emote. The is that a kek? Is that a kek? No, it's not a kek. Wheeze. Yeah, I need that. I can draw that wheeze. Like that. I can do that too. I don't know if you hear it. Do you hear it? Yep. Yep. It's picked up. I had to check my microphone. Yeah, I did. I did. I did add it. I did add it to my pending. Yeah. I do want that Reiji too. I don't know how I'm gonna do that because it's an animation. But the Reiji is so cute. Watching. Fine, fine. All right, now we're gonna send you off somewhere then. Still frame of the Reiji? Maybe. I could actually. Now that I think about it. Reiji! I squint? Yeah. Yeah, that I can do, for sure. It's for tomorrow, by the way. I'm sorry, I think I missed that. For tomorrow, I don't know if I'm gonna continue Resident Evil 4. Also, by the way, Atlas, thank you for God of War. I'm probably gonna play that next week, one day next week. I wasn't ragey, yeah. That's me all the time, especially if I'm playing League of Legends. Next week, I am. It's online classes, so I am not sure. We'll see how it's going to be. If I could stream, I can't promise. I'm so sorry, Tad. I know I said like I would try to stream on weekdays, but it gets a little hectic because I walk daily now. So I walk daily now in the morning. I know, right? And pretty much I'm tired. I guess more so my social battery is, I'm trying to get that stamina on my whatchamacallit. Fuck. My brain not working no more. It's late. 10 hour. No, it's not a 10 hour. I just like go out and like do shit after that. Oh, what if I get you RE9? Would you play that instead? You know what, Atlas? All these fucking games you've been giving, I'm about to reject them one day. And I think RE9 is a good rejection. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. How about you play it for us? Yeah? How about you stream? We'll watch. Yeah. Well, you when the fuck are you gonna stream? Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. I need that emote too. I already did. What? Yeah, once, bitch. Would you look at this dude? He streamed the anime for us. What is that? I do. Wait, what is that? What is that? I'm scared now. There's also another thing. Shit. See, I say this a lot and then wait, I checked the windless. Why is it a fucking chicken? Why is it an actual chicken? Oh my god, we're gonna react to this tomorrow. It's an actual chicken. It's an actual chicken. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it with you guys tomorrow on my stream. Oh my god. Wait, let me like project windless. Yeah, remind me. All right, cock of war. Oh shit. Oh shit. The chicken. He's absolutely like the like a normal looking chicken. It's so weird. Bug. Okay. I can see. I guess I see the vision. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh right. Indie games. Remember I used to do indie horror games, which I will try to incorporate again into my streams. If only I had more weekends. Damn. Yeah. I'm sorry. You know how it is. I'm easily distracted, especially by cocks. Chickens. You know what I mean? Anyway. But yeah. So at this point, I know I have a lot of things. I have a lot of backlogs, but I'll try to slowly get into them. I'm trying to get a goal of like IRL stuff and also streaming somehow. Well, basically for streaming, my goal is to just like play the games that I've been planning to play. Because if I'm being honest, nowadays the only time that I get to play is when I stream. I know, I'm so sad, but yeah, fucking 24 hours in a day, and I have the stamina of a fucking 50-year-old, so it's a struggle. It's hard to have so much hobbies, so much things you want to do, and then by the end of the day, they're like, you know those like Renaissance paintings? I look like that. a faith game and really good. It's really good of horror. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. I'll show you guys. Imagine if I try to walk daily for my health. And then I do a lot of other things by the end of it. It's different like walking to class than just like walking in the morning. It feels like I'm doing something responsible. I literally wake up, roll over, and turn the PC on for stream. Yeah. You're gonna get this body in a couple of years. Like, you're gonna get this 50-year-old body in a couple of years if you don't. But no, actually, no. I don't. I think you'll be fine. I think you've got good stamina. I don't know. My body is fucked. I am. This body is limiting me of my full potential. What the fuck do I even mean? Wait, hold on. Let me see who's streaming. Wake up! Wake up! Wake the fuck up! Sorry. Wake up. People have requested me for ringtones as well. You guys want that? I'll do it. Fine. Oh wait. My child is streaming. Let us raid him. Alright, I'm raiding Zilly. He's playing Heartopia. My friends are playing the shit out of this game. They've been telling me to play it with them, but I'm not. No! Oh no, it's too late. No worries. We'll try to raid them. No, a lot of my friends are playing this, and they're trying to get me to play it. It's cute. I give it that, but I don't like the controls that I have to, like, I don't know, like, move around, and it's not like when I move my mouse, then my POV is going to change, you know? Like, it carries over. I don't know what the term is, but it looks cute. But I'd rather Pokopia. Yeah. I did say I'm not gonna try that game. But whatever. Yeah, but people enjoy it. Good for them. It's just not for me. I don't like the controls. But anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Probably same time. I don't know what to stream. Maybe we'll decide on stream. Maybe I'll decide before the stream. But whichever, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys. Bye. Have a great night, morning, afternoon. I'll see you guys. You take care. Bye. Good night.